Caribbean. Caribbean. How is everybody? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm on early because I wasn't on all weekend. Because I wasn't. Um, because I was doing other fun stuff, which was a total surprise. That's what I was doing. How is everybody? How is everybody? Okay. Oh my God. Oh, there's Bobby. I think Bobby, wait, somebody said at Bobby. How is everybody? Is everybody good? I hope everybody's good. Somebody's from California. I pity us here in California. We have some torture going on, right? We got some torture. Yes. Okay. So look, well, I was waiting until y'all come on. I did my brows. I did my brows last Thursday. Here's the thing. You go back in 6 weeks, so they fill in the front. So like it's not so boxy in the front. So they do the first layer here and then they do it. So this is it. And they put more warmth in the brow. Okay, more warmth in my brows so that when it fades, ooh, Palm Springs, loving it. Anyway, when it fades, right, then yeah, it's not microblading. It's just, and we're gonna they fill in just the front on the second appointment. So you do one and then you wait for it. I never have to put them in again. I never have to do it again. I never have to do it again. That's it. Never. No, not microblading. This is ombre powder brows, brows, not bras. Yes, shaded. Yes, I just did the ombre. I didn't want to do the microblading because I don't know. I just didn't, whatever. So I just did this because I can deal with it because it just goes under the skin, but you can't get them wet. And I have no makeup from here up and I have to wash my face from here down, which means I have to like brush it down. And so now all my bed sheets are yucky again, full of makeup, and that's it. Oh, I didn't even see that. Ombre powder, not brows. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a full moon in Scorpio. Bracelet. Hi, Barbara Jean. Hi. I know your bracelets. I got 2 of them on. See? Look. The obsidian and the turquoise right here. There. No, you can't wash it. No, you can't wash your face for 2 weeks and you're not supposed to exercise. So, wait, I was looking in. Yes, exactly. I'll tell you the difference. Okay. So anyway, I did exercise because Kelowna. Yes, I did exercise. UK. Wisconsin. I did exercise, okay? The Martiniques, I think I just saw that. I don't know if I did. I did exercise, but I just didn't do like a huge 15-mile run because the salt sometimes pushes through the pores, the color. So on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, I'll do it because it'll be a week and you're either going to stay or you're not going to stay. And then your brow color goes in and goes out. Like this is going a little bit. So it comes in and comes out, right? So, and I'm still wearing the same clothes as last week. Different top, same top, because I buy things in pairs, triplet, 4 of them. Anyway, yeah, so the difference between microblading and ombre powder bras are microblading is where they cut into, like they use a little scalpel and they cut into your skin and it goes down like 3 layers of your skin. Cut, cut, cut. Then they drop the ink into your skin that's cut. And I'm like, I don't want to do that because, I have old skin. And so why push the envelope? So I did the little machine, the tool that goes like this. And so the color will fade a bit in 6 weeks and then she'll go over the areas that faded out. It is a very kind of a tattoo, but it only hits the first layer of skin. Almost 3 years and no touch-ups. My girl said, oh yeah, I will use sunscreen on them. I can't put anything on them right now. And I wear a little visor in the shower, which doesn't really help me because no matter what I do, it drips down my face. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, I heard that old Kate was running for governor. In fact, one of my friends did one of her interviews with her girlfriend and just did the first interview with her running for the governor's office. So Jim Breslow just did it. He's a former Republican Fox correspondent. And Michael went with him. So we have 2 of them were doing that. Yeah. Nails. I have a little hippie flower on my nail right there. Yes. So here's what happened this weekend before I get into the Scorpio moon. But this is interesting because there was a Scorpio involved, a baby Scorpio, a baby girl Scorpio. She was 2. She is 2, not was, she is. And it was her baptism. So long time ago, this kid, her father, who's 41 now, came to work for John when he was like 16, right? So he's worked for John all along. Yes, it is Moldavite. It's right there. And so he came to work for John, and you know, he had 2 kids. They're 19. He didn't marry that baby mama, whatever. And so he met this other woman, Dahlia, and it's actually Adalia. I never say it right, but nonetheless. And they had this little baby Scorpio. So she's like, Sloan, tell me about Scorpios. I'm like, well, so little time and so much to warn you about, even with your cute baby girl Scorpio, right? So we went to the baptism, and oh, thank you for that. Well, everything came true. It's the one who owns the dog. Oh, thank you so much for that. That's so kind. Thank you. Anyway, so little baby girl Scorpio named Kayleen, okay, she was having her baptism. So we showed up for the reception because we couldn't go into the church, right? It's a Scorpio warning for sure. Well, I mean, a baby Scorpio, you got to tell the mom they're sneaky, right? You can't just say, here's a Scorpio and not warn them. Hello. Anyway, this cute little girl, Kayleen. So it's her. Yeah, see, she's so pretty. They're so pretty, little Scorpios. Anyway, she had her little baptism. She came in her little dress. And so it was a big banquet hall, and there was music, and everybody was Latino except for me and Johnny. We're not Latino, but we were invited. So it was super exciting. And then they're like, there's a surprise. Okay. So we're dressed for a baptism party, and they're like, there's a surprise. Everybody go outside. So the family's outside, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, there's probably a pony or something coming for the kids, right? A pony, an elephant. I didn't know. And somebody else thought, like the 2 19-year-old brothers thought, well, they're pregnant again or something like this, right? Yeah, I didn't say date a Scorpio. This is somebody who gave birth to a Scorpio, but yeah. And so anyway, out comes Alvarado and his mom. Okay. And I'm thinking, why does it look like they're going to get married, right? And so I'm like, So he goes up there and he's waiting for his bride. They had a surprise wedding. A surprise wedding, you all. It was a surprise wedding. I was not prepared for a surprise wedding. They had delicious cake. You know, it was total surprise wedding. They got married right then and there. So, yeah, I didn't say Scorpio. Everybody's attractive. You're either attractive or not. You know, whatever sign you are, it doesn't matter. If you have good genes, you look like your family and you're attractive. So don't marry ugly. That's what I would say. If your mom or dad has a big nose, you're going to have a big nose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a personal thing. That's totally genetics, and it's not inclusive of signs. Well, my detox was good till I found the wedding cake. That's the true thing. I literally found the fucking wedding cake, and I went, can't wait till they open the wedding cake. And they opened the wedding cake. So I had 2 pieces of chocolate with icing, and then I found the strawberry side of it. So, well, you're adopted Scorpio, but you still look like your parents. Like, I'm adopted, and I'm adopted Leo. I look like my birth parents. This is them. I look like them. Even if you don't know them, you don't look like anybody but your gene pool. So gene pool comes out. If you got ladies, luckily I married tall, because my high school dating was actually shorter men. So I married tall, and my boys were really tall. So that was good. You know, Keithy was 6'4", and that's because I married tall. If I'd have married short, then I'd have had short kids, because I'm not that tall. I'm only like 5'6". So my birth parents are horrible people. Don't judge them. They made you. Just let them go. You were adopted out, right? Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Never marry ugly. No, don't marry ugly. Don't fucking marry ugly for love. Don't, because your kids will be ugly. Oh God, sorry. But I mean, no, I'm only 5'6". I'm pretty short. That's short for me, because all my boys they're tall, and even Johnny is 75 and still almost 6'2". So he's tall at 75. Most people shrink. So yeah, Jason's like almost 6'3", and Keithy was 6'4". So Keithy was tall. What about marrying someone for love? Yeah, if they're well, I did marry for love, obviously. Hello, 33 years. When y'all are on the 33 years, you come talk to me about love. 33 fucking years. Yeah, top that one. There's a few of you on here that can, but most of you can't. Okay, seriously. 33 years, you're looking at it. But what I'm saying to you is, I happened to marry somebody who was tall. That's just it. Because I never dated tall till I met John. That's what I'm saying. Hi, Bobby. Yeah, I'm glowing because I threw makeup on and not up here. But yeah, 23 years is good. 35 years. There you are. You beat me. I deserve a fucking medal. And I escaped. Anyway, true story. Tall men like short women. Yeah, they do. I don't think my preference though as a teenager was short men. I mean, they just happened to be short. I never looked at size, and randomly John was tall, and yeah. So Keithy was always tall. Jason got taller after the age of 17. Keith was kind of always long and lanky. And Jimmy was long and lanky. Jimmy was a teeny bit taller than Keith. There you go. Never married. 64. You dodged a bullet. However, having said that, I was at a lovely wedding where two people loved each other. Oh my God, this is annoying. Now I'm getting annoyed. Okay. Look at that. It just went out. This phone is haunted. It's haunted in here. Anyway, it was a total surprise wedding, meaning we were told it was a baptism. There was that. And yes, I'm a Scorpio, favorite color pink. Well, it's this full Scorpio moon known as the super pink moon. So there you go. So this works for you. Anyway, it was really, really lovely wedding. I have to show you guys some pictures. It was like super, super fun. Really nice. And everybody, they did the whole ceremony in Spanish. So it was really interesting to listen to. And then, yeah, it is more dangerous than drugs. That you are right about. But then when it came time to eat, right, then all the people, you could only let so many people up at a time. So for our table, the gringo table, they were like, okay, table 4 can go get their food. It was a surprise wedding. Honest to God, I thought I was at a baptism with a really huge cake. I'll show you the picture of the cake. When the cake rolled in, John was like, this looks like a wedding cake, but we still didn't click it in, right? Yeah, so there you go. There's the cake. Like, look at this cake. For a baby's baptism, I should have picked up it was a wedding, right? Well, you're a woman. Of course you like being short. There, see the cake? We knew, well, John's like that they hid it. Only Alvarado and Dahlia knew that they were getting married. And then they had to tell the twins. The twins didn't know because they kept telling me, oh, it's for a wedding tomorrow. I'm like, why are all the chairs out? Because all little kids are going to go. Yeah, it was so good. I ate 3 pieces of I ate everything. Okay. I really ate everything. But, it was so fantastic. There's like so many great pictures. Like, first of all, the surprise wedding outside, they just went and changed in the bathroom and came outside. So it was so cute. We were like expecting ponies or giraffes or, whatever. And then out came a wedding party came out, the wedding party. So yeah, and it was so great. I've got to show you the pictures of the pretty bride and her husband. So cute. There they are. They're finally married. They got their 2.5-year-old daughter, or 2-year-old and a bit daughter. So cute. Yeah, it's no one's fault when we make poor choices. Am I blurry? Yeah, you could be. You could be blurry. These brows will calm down. I just got them done. So remember that, like, I can't wash them. And I go back to fit the rest in because I don't want it too thick here. So, I'm 64, married to a lovely man, 47 years. Well, there you go. There you go. No, it's a surprise wedding, Bobby. It was so cute. I put it up on my Instagram. I got to find you a picture of us. We look kind of crazy. They took professional pictures, but this was somebody, we looked shocked there. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, I was like, I mean, I wore a nice dress for baptism. Yeah, the dinner was great. It was from that. It was so cute. And the little girls were so darling. Long hair down to their butts, beautiful little bows in their hair. And the little baby girl, Kayleen, is so cute. Thank you for that. Oh my God. Thank you guys. I have to show you a picture of this little baby girl. She's so cute. You want to see, then I'll just shut up with all my nonsense. Yeah, so cute. I mean, everybody was outside. It was pretty cold. That's where we had to sneak out for the, and okay, wait, let's see. I got to put the whole wedding picture with the baby girl up here. So you can see the parents got married for their baby, which is very freaking cute. So cute. So cute. I mean, darling, just really cute. Really cute. So cute. Look at this little Scorpio right here, right there. Little Scorpio baby. So cute. Yeah, I need some more grandbabies. I got rascal pants. I got my rascal. Yeah, I love the babies. They're really sweet. Anyway, it was super fun. We had fun. I knew I was going to marry him because I saw Jason and Keith on his back. So really, if he'd have been short or tall, I'd have married him because my boys called me over there. However, again, I'm going to say it. If I had to live this life over, I wouldn't do it. Not one bit of it. I would say, take me back. I'm not coming out of the womb. Going back. Go back. That's what I would say. Back. Yeah, it was a surprise wedding. No, I didn't dance. I don't dance in public. No one's throwing dollar bills, so I don't really know how to dance without them chucking the money. So yeah, no, my feet were killing. I'm sorry, my feet were killing. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm saying back. As soon as I get in someone's tummy in the womb, I'm like, back, stop. I'm out. Peace out. Go back. I want to do this. And I would tell Jason and Keith, sorry, pick another mama. I'm out. Yes, if you want to call it selfish, absolutely. I'm back. Would never do it again. Are you kidding me? Please give me a break. So yeah, no. You want to call me selfish? Go for it. I dare you. Do hikers chuck dollar bills? No, but I'm not dancing when I'm hiking. So I'm just hiking. And I was never a stripping hiker. So, I mean, technically yes, but no. Yeah, I don't like it here on Earth. So some people do. Some people do. I do not. And no, I mean, I don't know how I taught. I got a message from, I don't like it here. Oh yeah, the spammers. Yeah, I know whenever they call you selfish, here's what I'm going to say. I don't fucking care if you call me selfish, so stop that. Oh yeah, I saw Lila in a dream before she came, and then when I was giving birth to Jason, I saw Lila. So I was so happy to see Lila. I'm like, oh, my granddaughter, there she is. And there was Rascal Pants, and Jason hadn't even come out. So there you go. Yeah, it was so cute. I just loved it. But let's see, Jamaica. Yeah, I bet it's beautiful, boss lady. I bet in Jamaica. Excellent. Yeah, I wish people would stop. Like, you can fucking label me. I got called racist this week. I'm like, I'm not. But if I was, so what? Like, what are you going to do about it? Am I not allowed to have, like, personal opinions that you disagree with and you want to label it with a shitty name? The shittiest name is pedophile. Other than that, shut the fuck up, you know? Shut up. Yeah, so I'm like, no, Bitcoin's big. Yeah, I know. I'm too blunt. I don't mean to be blunt. It's just the way it is. But I'm not a racist. That's one thing I'm not. I'm really not. But, you know, you can't tell people that because they're like, that's racist. I'm like, okay, then, whatever you want to say. Whatever it is. Whatever. You want to call me a whore, a racist, selfish? Hey, do whatever you got to do. You will not distract me from doing the shit that I'm going to do. Period. Bitcoin, you know what? I would not invest in it. I know people are going to like say whatever they say. I wouldn't invest in it, and I'll tell you why. No, I'm really not a racist. That's why I was laughing. Yeah, I heard people were just like, why don't you just admit it? I'm like, I don't think I can admit something I'm not. So like, no, Bitcoin's Bitcoins, right? Bitcoins, think about it. You think the government's going to let you make money without taxing it and getting their mitts on it? Yeah. As soon as you invest all your money in Bitcoin, they'll come in and they'll do this. Yeah. What about, I don't think any coins, I think they're going to take money out of circulation. So it's a yeah, I don't believe in it at all. I mean, when people tell me they do Bitcoin, I'm like, that's nice, you can do it. Yeah, I think it's all crap. I think it's all crap. Here's what you can sell after in the next 4 years. You got a hoochie to sell, you got boobs to sell, you got hairdressing skills to sell, you got readings to sell, you can do nails to sell, you can cook, you can lift, you can build. These are the things that you can sell, okay? Yeah, this is my real eye color. Kind of brown, green, Goldie, depends. But that's what you can sell. You can sell whatever you want. Yes, recharge them. Yes, yes, it is. Yes, Scorpio. I have my crystal. Look at, you guys are going to think, here we go. It's a bra show. But here, this is Hazel. Yeah, here they are. There you go. It's in my bra. Goes back in my bra. I'm still wearing the same clothes. I don't think I've showered. I didn't exercise 2 days in a row because of my brows, but truthfully, I was tired after the wedding. We didn't get home till like 1. I dropped John off and I got to sleep maybe 1:30. One of us was drunk. One of us wasn't. He was doing shots. Them ladies can drink. They can do the shots. Yeah. Anyway, so all of these things, it's a bra rock show. Exactly. I put my stones in my bra. Yeah, it's Rose. Okay, Scorpio, full super moon, the pink moon. Okay, first of all, I just lost the aspects here. Let me tell you what aspects. First of all, obviously the moon is in Taurus. So the sun, moon are in opposition. That's what a full moon is. And we have, at the same time, we have the moon in opposition to Mercury, Venus. It's trining Mars, trining Jupiter, squaring Saturn, and opposition to Uranus. Unexpected. Today sucked there. Oh, thank you. That's so nice, Rachel. Thank you. Yeah, my day sucked too. Scorpio anything. No offense. Don't be getting all up on me. I never said fucking Scorpios were ugly or stupid or anything. Never. I just don't want to be around them because they are annoying to me. Squaring aspect, and they're always sneaky underneath. They're underneath. So, you know, baby Scorpios are fine, but get them adult Scorpios. No thanks. Thanks, Bobby. Yeah, no, my son's father is a Scorpio. There you go. No, Scorpio, I mean, it can be darkness. Yeah, it can be, but it can be they, you know what, it's Scorpio is manipulative because it's a divining rod for the balance of energy through their own manipulation. So however Scorpio sees the energy, Kawartha Lakes know them well. Anytime anybody sees, like, is a Scorpio and sees the energy in a particular way, that energy, okay, that energy will be manipulated by the Scorpio. They go underground to control the situation. I don't like controlling. Taurus is with a Scorpio moon. Yeah. John's a Scorpio rising with a Taurus moon, and I'm not really impressed by that. Keithy was a Scorpio moon. Never knew what the fuck he was doing. Little sneaky boy. Manipulating Scorpio and Venus and Pluto. Yeah. Scorpio, you know, I mean, if I can avoid them, I will. That's just the way it is. They don't keep their word. You know, they're control freaks, really. Not all of them, but it's a controlling energy. Having said that, obviously they're not all like that. And I know what you're going to say about Leos, and I'm okay with that. You don't have to be my friend if Leo offends you. Please move off. Step off, said Seinfeld. Step off, George. Step off. But yeah, no, I find Scorpios very controlling. Anything about them, and I'm just not going to be controlled. So the more you could try to manipulate me, I'll just let go of you, and that's it. You're gone. I won't do it. I won't play those. Yeah, I won't play them. I don't like Madonna either. Madonna, what was her rising sign? Madonna is very two-faced and fake, okay? Because first of all, she blasts our TV sets with all her bullshit and then says, I would never let my daughter watch TV. Well, bitch, you put your shit on TV for our kids, so how dare you say something so unevolved in public, you stupid person. Anyhow, Scorpio, so it depends what you have. Do you have anything in Taurus, right? Um, yeah, I don't know what she did to her face, but it depends what you have in Taurus because it's a Scorpio full moon. Now, Scorpio in and of itself is about letting go of the past. And if you're Scorpio rising, it's going to be in your first house. If you are Scorpio moon, it's going to be conjuncting your moon if it's within degree. And I think it's at 7 degrees. And I think it's at I think it's already full right now in our time. I think Greenwich Mean Time is 8 o'clock. So we are 8 hours. Wait, 5 plus 3, we're 8 hours. So yeah, it's already happened here. But yeah, I don't like any of them. So none of them are artists. I don't judge any of them. They're not my tribe. I don't care what you do for a living. Get away from me. I'm not going to sit there and star fuck you because you're on TV, because nobody had a chance to be on TV or be in bands or do any kind of thing like that because it's all controlled. So a lot of the ones that are pushed to the forefront are, pawns for whoever's spewing whatever garbage they want us to happen. Scorpio men are, yeah. Don't ever date a Scorpio man. I mean, no offense, Scorpio men, but yeah, try not to. Try not to. I'm thinking. Yeah, they've got Scorpio, but honestly, if you try to control me, I will blow it on up before you can control me. So you will never control me. So Scorpios, they try. I have even Scorpio female friends that try to control and they say shitty things behind your back and all kinds of shit. It doesn't matter. You're not going to control me. I don't have to do what you say. And if you're going to get all ghetto on me, then get ghetto on me. I'm still not going to do what you say. That's my opinion. It's not offensive though. Not every Scorpio is like that. I'm talking about the ones I know. But Scorpio is a manipulation of the undercurrent. That's what they're here to do. It's the underground energy that they're dealing with. So that's what they're dealing with. If you're with a Scorpio, they're possessive and there's an ownership. Taurus isn't much easier. You don't see me running around with a bunch of Tauruses because I can't do that either. So sorry. I just can't. See, Taurus, Sun, Scorpio, rising. Yeah, well, I'm not married to you, so it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, let's see. Sperm donor is a Scorpio. They all do BS. Yeah. Scorpios, I mean, there's some evolved ones, but let me see. Leo, help me. I can't help you. I can't help myself. But yeah, the Scorpio full moon. So you have to look and see where it's placed in your chart. So it's at 7 degrees and 5 seconds, I think. Scorpio, let me check. See, I haven't even been paying attention to it because I so don't care right now about this type of thing. But, Scorpio wants to control, okay? That's what they want to do. And that's fine. But I'm never going to do what you say. Never. Whoever you are and whatever you try to do, my answer to you is always this, and I'll never listen unless I want to do something. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. You can threaten to kill me. I'm not going to do it if I don't want to do it. That's where I get off being a Leo. I'm like, nah, Scorpio rising with Saturn in the first. So you just had your Saturn return with Saturn in, I'm assuming your Saturn is in Sagittarius. So you just had your Saturn return, which puts you at whatever age that is, 30 something, I think. Don't ask me though. Okay, so this is April. Let's look and see. I think it's 7 degrees, if I'm correct. Yeah, 7 degrees and 6 seconds after moon squares Pluto until the moon goes void of course. Anyway, and then Pluto goes retrograde tomorrow. Motherfucker. Oh God, this is where shit happens. Full moon in Scorpio, Scorpio's ruling planet goes retrograde. I've had enough of Pluto. Again. Yeah, I am. Again with the Scorpio. Oh, well, I like Jana. She can't help it. She's a Scorpio, okay? But I'm not married to her, so it's okay. If I'm married to you, we're going to be in like head-butting wars. That's what we're going to do. We're going to fight to the death because you're not going to control me. Like, you can threaten me. The only thing that I ever is if little Scorpio rising Johnny would threaten me with the kids and he was going to keep them, I would never, I'm not going to respond to that. I'm not going to do anything with my kids. So that's the only way you can get me. Now my one kid's dead and one kid's grown, so you can't really get me. Go ahead, threaten me. I don't care. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. Maybe you're crazy, right? Maybe you're crazy if you think I'm crazy. But anyway, let's see. Capricorns are cool. They work. I like Capricorns. I learn a lot from them, but it's not the same kind of controlling energy. Capricorns can't be bothered with you. So Capricorns are like, you know what? Peace out. I don't want to be bothered with you. Yeah, no, Pluto retrograde is a lot different than Mercury retrograde. Pluto is a planet of complete upheaval. Again, when Keith died, it was within 1 degree in opposition to my Mars from my house of children. So I had a child die Mars on a motorcycle, on a motor vehicle. So I'm not a fan of Pluto ever. And wherever it's placed in your chart is where you have tremendous upheaval in your life. Now, PTSD for my Scorpio ex. Hilarious. Yeah. Don't let him boss you around. Take that PTSD, shove it back in that fucker's face. Boom, smack, go back, send it back. Let go of it during the Scorpio full moon. Oh my God, let go of it. Take that PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, or whatever the other one is. Take it and literally write it out. Speak his name, like motherfucker Scorpio ex-boyfriend that gave me trauma, and boom, send it right back. Just smack it back in his face. Not literally, figuratively. Send it right back. You're not an ugly Taurus. No one said Tauruses are ugly. They're usually quite beautiful with beautiful lashes. Tauruses have very much like cow eyes, meaning they have big, bright, vibrant eyes and like this. Exactly. Well, yeah, I can't handle Taurus to date or be around because they too are controlling. Because remember, you got Scorpio here and you got the opposition of Taurus. So both of them go for, Taurus is more about like whatever they like to do. If they like to fuck, if they like to shoot up, if they like to drink, if they like to eat, if they like to gamble, they do all of that. Scorpio's about how can I control you so nobody gets you and then I can sneak off and do whatever I want. They're like that. Scorpios have sexual issues all the time. There's always issues with sex with Scorpio. That's part of their thing. What they do with their sex and how they control it or how they don't use their sex. So you will find a lot of Scorpio people with absolutely no sex life, and they will be camels for like 8 years. Honestly, that's how they will be, right? Yeah, Taurus is, my mother was a Taurus with a moon in Scorpio. I mean, I just didn't have a good experience with that. Scorpio risings, yeah, they're very controlling. Keep in mind though, Scorpio risings, all you Scorpio risings, the full moon is in your house of self, your ascendant. So when the moon goes full in Scorpio, as it just has, depending on where you are, right? So the full moon in Scorpio is going to happen in your house of self, which means it's going to shine a spotlight on something that you need to let go of with yourself. That's Scorpio rising. Being celibate is the opposite of sex. Yeah, that. Scorpios are known for long dry spells. It's a control thing with them. They're not going to have sex. They will stop having sex to control their environment. So this can be people that are like monks fasting. My fasting went perfect till I was invited to a surprise wedding that had a big cake with icing on it and a bunch of yummy little things. I mean, had I fucking known that, I would have, Anyway, I did it for a week. That's the point. See, well, some people can get along with Scorpios. I sure as hell can't. I can't. Well, if you're 5 degrees, your sun is 5 degrees. The moon is full at 7 tonight. So it's a 7-degree full Scorpio moon. So yeah, I got to go back. I couldn't deny cake. That's what I live for. People, yeah, they did get married. I know. Oh no, it was really good. It's from this restaurant. They catered it from a restaurant in the valley called, I think it's Beer and Salsa. I think that's the name. It's by the Home Depot on Sherman Way, and they're opening one in Calabasas. And there's a huge line all the time. It was the most delicious chicken fajitas I ever had. And then I did something I shouldn't have. Yes, I did. I ate a cheese quesadilla. And so I did that. And then I said to John, go up and get me another one. He's like, I'm not getting another one. I'm not hungry. I'm like, I didn't say you were hungry. I didn't fucking say you were hungry. I said I was hungry, but I don't want to go up there again because it looks like I'm a pig. You go up there. You're a guy. So I made him go up. So he came back with more cheese fajitas on his plate. And then I just put them on my plate. That's what I did. Then there was the cake. So he went back and got me like 3 pieces of cake, which he said were his. He goes, I'll go get you more cake. I'm like, there. I was doing a liver cleanse from Dr. Schultz, Schulze. So I was doing the liver cleanse tea, and and the Scorpio full moon. I let go of things. I was actually detoxing so that Jason would behave. So I figured if I went at it, only 3 pieces of cake. If I could find the cake now, I'd go back and beg for more. Anyway, I was fasting so that I could get Jason to see things clearly. So I was doing it that way. Well, I did. I'll go back on it tomorrow. I'll finish tomorrow. I'll do like 2 more days or whatever. No, full moon in Scorpio. Pluto's in Capricorn right now, and it's going retrograde tomorrow. Not looking forward to that shit, because that's a lot of violent shit, especially if you have Capricorn stuff going on in your chart, okay? So that's not good because, let me see. What month is this? April. Then I have to tell you guys something funny, but okay. So we have Pluto. So Pluto is going retrograde at 2648 Capricorn. So like if your moon degree or your rising degree is in Capricorn, or your Mars is in Cancer, or something at that degree, which is what happened with Keith. It went within 1 minute. 1 minute and Keithy died. So like in my chart, literally within 1 minute. So I'm not looking forward to this because this Pluto sits on Jason's moon. So I'm not looking forward to this. This is something I don't look forward to. I'm just not. And so it's going from 26, it's going all the way back. Let's see when it goes direct. I haven't even done this. 26, 26, 26. Yeah. Well, it's squaring your ascendant if it's 9 degrees. It's squaring your ascendant. So we got Pluto going back 25. Seems like Pluto's retrograde for a long time. Okay, like seriously, I'm looking into September now. I can't handle it anymore. I've already been bitch slapped by everybody. Taking like my beautiful Keithy. I'm not amused with the world. Really not amused. Okay. Yeah, still retrograde. October 6th. Hello, October 6th. Really? Oh my God. So, and it goes back to 25. So that's a 3-degree orb of Jason's moon. Anybody that's got like 28 through 22, it's going to go back and hit those. Whether you have Taurus, I'm sorry, it's in Capricorn. What am I saying? Whether you have Cancer, Libra, or Aries. You have to watch those signs if they're within that degree. So take 28 degrees, 26 degrees of Capricorn, 26 degrees of Cancer, 26 of Aries, 26 of Libra. All of those are going to be hit as it starts to go back. Remember, when it goes from forward to backwards, oh my God, wait. I missed Jana's fasting thing. So if it goes backwards over those planets, whatever planets you have in those degrees or house cusps will be activated. That's how I knew when I looked at my chart, I didn't actually look at it close enough to see the day, but I knew by September that one of my kids was going. I knew one. I just didn't know which, but I knew astrologically for sure. And then in June at Lila's party, I started to hear it in my head. So like, yeah. I'm not amused again. I'm not amused. I'm not fucking amused by any of this. So yeah, well, your moon's in Libra. So whatever degree your Libra moon is, remember right now, and it goes reverse. So what is retrograde? So we have a full moon in fucking Scorpio. Oh, I'm sorry, Valerie. Oh my God. I'm sorry your mom passed. But we have a full moon in Scorpio. Oh my God, they are so good, Jana. That's what I did. Estelle told me with Susie, Susie, they both told me to do it. And Susie came up with the idea that if I fasted, it might trigger Jason into being more humane to his mama. So that's what we were doing. We were fasting for a better relationship, which will probably not happen because I mentioned it on here. But nonetheless, that was the point, okay? So when you're looking at Libra, anything, look for the 26th degree, because We have the Scorpio full supermoon happening right now. Okay, that's this bullshit that's on right now. Scorpio's ruling planet is Pluto, okay? Pluto. So Pluto is going retrograde. Retrograde means to retard or suspend its forward motion in order to move backwards, okay? So it gives the appearance of moving backwards. Now, how does it do that? It moves backwards, okay? It moves back it moves backwards, okay, by degrees. So it's at 26 right now. It's going to hop over here and hop back and hop back and hop back until it gets to like 24. And then it's going to say, you know what? Because it's going to give you time to go over those issues. Those issues are going to be repeated. Retrograde gives you clear sight. Anything retrograde opens your eyes to the bullshit that you didn't pay attention to, okay? So yeah, during retrogrades, it depends what house it's in though. Like, if it's in, if it's in the 8th house, you might have unpaid taxes. If it's in your 1st house, that's stuff with you. If it's in your 11th house, it would be friends. If it's in your 5th house, it would be children. Again, that fucking Pluto won't get out of my 5th house of children in exact opposition to my Mars. My Mars is at 26 Cancer. Pluto's going retrograde. That's what happened to Keith. I keep saying it. So like, I'm just hoping that doesn't happen to Jason. I'm saying it because it's happening again. This is now the second time it's going over that aspect. So it's like ridiculous. And when you see it in your chart, you're like, come on now. Yeah, 12th house is past life, can be past life jail, or actually you're in this life. So you're in jail in this life, really. 1st house, I have a 1st house Pluto too. People hate us, by the way. 1st house Pluto means oh, Jason will ride a motorcycle. He'll ride anything he wants. He has a death wish, I'm just saying. I love Estelle too. But, okay, so Pluto in the 1st house, which I have as well, means your whole life is a life of endings. It's not beginnings. Pluto there just rips you apart. It depends on the sign that Pluto's in though. Like mine's Pluto in Virgo. So that's different than if Pluto were in Libra, Pluto in Scorpio. Jason has Pluto in fucking Scorpio in his 8th house. Like how good is that? It's not good for the little person that he is. And he's got a Capricorn moon. So it's not good. Never married at 51. Boom. Awesome. Yeah, he has it, and he has his Pluto in opposition to Mars. Again, Pluto-Mars opposition is always violent, so just, that's what it is. It just is. Doesn't Pluto change houses? No, transiting Pluto changes houses. Your natal Pluto stays where it stays. The transiting planets, all planets move, right? All planets move. So yeah, I know, right? Goals. I missed that. No, Jason won't be careful. He likes to push the envelope. So, but yeah, Capricorn, depending on your degree. But anyway, Pluto transiting planets switch houses. So when things transit, meaning they continue to traverse through the sky. So when they traverse, right, then this is what they do it. Yes, Jason has Pluto opposing Mars, conjuncting Uranus, transiting Uranus. Awesome. 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 Because his progress Mars is in Taurus. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm not interested in that. That I'm not interested in. But anyway, gosh, yeah, it's just different. Well, retrogrades mean, okay, look at a retrograde as re-cleaning the floor. So you've cleaned the floor and you're looking at the shine and you're like, wait, I see spots. So you go back over it. Retrograde means to go back over it. Now you apply the planet, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and you apply the sign's energy, the planet's energy and the sign that it's in. That's what you do. Yes, the Handmaid's Tale is like crazy. Pluto retrograde in your chart. Now that means you're constantly in that house learning. That's freeing yourself from a certain mindset, actually. That's what that would be. But that's what it is. When you look at your floor and you've cleaned it and you're like, but wait, I see spots and I got to go back over. Is this show too dark for you, really? Are you that stupid there? I'm sorry. This show is not dark. Don't be stupid. Don't tell me my show is dark. Get off this channel if you're going to talk like that. The hell is wrong with you? What is with these new age people? Oh my God, everything has to be love and light. Have you been out in society? Come to Los Angeles, look on the street, and shut the bleeping hell up with that. Okay, it's not dark, it's factual. If I'm talking facts, you whiny pussy, it's not dark. Don't piss me off. It's just stupid. People aggravate the shit out of me. When you say facts, whether you like the facts or not, they're facts, you stupid a-hole. I gotta let it out. I can't stand it. If you're gonna come on here and say shit, shut up. Just shut up and get off my channel. No one wants to fucking hear you. The fact is, my son died when Pluto opposed Mars from my 5th to my fucking 11th house. That's what happened. If that's too dark for you, you're not living with it, whiner. So be quiet. I do not want to talk to you. Go away. I don't want to talk to you. I've lost my mind. I don't want to do it. Anyway, we don't do politically incorrect here. I can't. I just go off. It's like, stop doing that. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. What are symbols of retrograde is an R. So retrograde goes R. I hate it when people say too dark or too this. It is, nothing is too dark or too light. You have to stop assigning a judgment to what you think. Even if you're looking at somebody who's Charles Manson and you're like, oh, that's too dark. I get what you're saying, but it isn't too dark. Those are facts. That's what he did. Speaking of Scorpios, and he had Taurus, Scorpio Taurus mix. Now, whatever, right? But those are facts on that person. So for you to go around saying everything is love and light like these new agers do, or everything is love, it's not love when we don't feed all the babies on this planet that are starving to death. It's not love when we don't do that. You, me, everyone. How much of your salary do you give to neighbors to feed their households? You don't, okay? And don't tell me you give it to them at Best Buy or Target or donate to wherever. No. Go find a starving family and help them yourself. Spend your personal time. If we all did that, we wouldn't have starving people on the planet, but we do. People like the Queen don't give up their money. People like Bill Gates doesn't give up his money. People like Elon Musk not giving up his money, okay? Running a corporation over everybody's little side businesses is a bunch of bullshit. So when I hear people say, oh, things are too dark or it's all about love, they're lying to you. It's not that it's not about love. You can love everybody you want and be a loving person. But this planet is not about love. You cannot manifest anything you want. Here I go. I'm on a rant. You cannot, or I would manifest my dead son back. And the reason I'm really graphic with that is that's what I would do, but that's not going to happen. Nor is it going to happen that I'm going to manifest $10 million in a Porsche outside. That's not going to happen either, right? It's not going to happen because when we manifest, we're coming at it from the intention of ourself. What is it we want? Instead of what can we do and how can we be of service is actually what you're supposed to do. That's what they mean when they talk of love. Not like, oh, I love everybody. Peace and love everybody. No. What can you do to be of service for God on this planet in any way you can to help other people? Okay? That's the important aspect of that. That's the loving side. You're here as a conduit for God, Jesus. That's what you're here to do. So anybody that says love and light and all of that, ask them what they're doing for other people because they're really not. They're really not. They're just talking that out of their asses. I mean, really, start doing stuff. Start helping people. Then come to me and talk to me about dark and light because guess what? You don't only get to help people that are like well put together and smell good and are good. You have to walk into things with drug addicts, with crazy sex workers, with people that have anger problems. You have to walk into it or you're not of help. If God puts you there, then that's your job. That's what love is. Giving love through the expression of your creator, the way that you were born to be here. Not just like, I love everybody. Don't talk bad about other races or whatever. That has nothing to do with it. And by the way, why is there a focus on race? Why don't we have, instead of gender correction, okay, which doesn't need to be a thing. Because if you have a vagina and a uterus and you can give life from your uterus, then guess what? You're a woman. I don't care what you say. You can identify as a freaking tree frog, but you're a woman. If you're a man who identifies as a woman, but you don't have a uterus and can't give birth, then you are a man who identifies as a woman. And if someone doesn't like that I say that, I mean, just come shoot me. If you're a man with a penis and you remove your penis, you were still born a man. So instead of reversing genders and making up garbage in this society to go towards the Illuminati agenda, which is both male and female, transgendered together, that's why all of these families swap their babies at birth, okay? Take a look. Do you think Julia Child was really a freaking woman with that dumb accent? Hello. Okay, really? Okay, seriously, shut up, okay? If she's a woman, then I don't want to be part of the female species, all right? So when you're identifying gender as saying you shouldn't identify gender, how about we don't look at people with skin color? How about we just look at people as human beings? They haven't said that. Why aren't we saying that? Why aren't we saying that? Really? Why aren't we saying that? Yeah, it's dysphoria. It's dysphoric. It's ridiculous. But why are we looking at people's skin color? Why do we say... So, Carol just texted me, Julia Child was not a woman. Okay, Carol, come on. You know, Carol, come on. No, I don't think she was. I really don't think she was female. Take a good look. Let's look up Julia Child. No offense to her, but look up, I mean, seriously, look up the woman that wrote The Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, she had to be a man. I'm sorry. What kind of woman? Who do you know that looks like this? Who do you know? I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the super chats. No, I think they gender switch them in childhood. I do. When I look at Cindy Crawford's kids, don't get mad at me, Cindy Crawford lovers. When I look at her kids, I feel like they're switched. When I look at Warren Beatty, his kids are switched. Caitlyn Jenner, she switched. She was the fastest, strongest triathlon, Olympic triathlete, right? Is it triathlete in 3 different things and God knows what else? On the cover of, yeah, handsome woman means man. On the cover of like Sports Illustrated everywhere, top athlete in the world. You really think he was top athlete in the world, or do you think there was some concocting going on there? And then to give back, they give back and they switch. Of course he'll be governor. Look at who we have as governor. I mean, actually, I'd probably vote for Caitlyn Jenner. I really would. I really would. One of my producer friends and Jim Breslow, who I said is a Republican on Fox News, for those that hate Fox News, it doesn't matter. Anyway, him and Michael were actually interviewing. I should pull this up so you can see this. Interviewing Caitlyn, and did an interview with Caitlyn Jenner back then. So here we are, Michael Parker, LA. So producing, here's Jim, here's Michael on the corner and Jim right on the other side, but there's the post. So there's Jim, he works on Fox. I met him doing the Epstein story and I got kicked off of Twitter, because of that story. And I got a bunch of backlash actually from a children's shelter in Los Angeles that forbid me from mentioning their name, but I work there so I can mention their name and I have proof of it. As in paycheck stubs, duh. Anyway, there's Caitlyn, there's Michael. He produces the show that I was on. And he has another show. Anyway, there they are. That's the first thing. So if you follow, I think you're probably better off following Michael Parker, LA, because he'll give you all the information. But Caitlyn, I would probably vote for Caitlyn. Now, I don't care what she thinks she is, a female now, a man then. And it has been told to me by my friend who hairdressing that Caitlyn, was already transitioning 25, 30 years ago. Jamie Lee Curtis was born, yes, without a uterus and made into a woman. So I think that's the biological term for hermaphrodite. So I think her parents made a choice. However, when I met Tony Curtis, I was having lunch with a friend of mine, and we were sitting with a gentleman that started CAA, which is Roland Perkins. We were sitting at lunch with him, and in walked Tony Curtis, and I was like, my God, where am I? And we were in Larchmont, and so he walked in, and he had this big powder blue jacket on. He had on some kind of like pompadour wig. I'm just going to say that because I don't think he had hair, but you know, he was older. It was before he died. He died. Oh, geez. Yeah, there. You know what? I love it when Spirit, because we're on the mic talking, and I love it when Spirit shuts it down. Anyway, I was like, oh my God, it's Tony Curtis. His jacket was like this blue color, well, even more pastel. And he did have very broad shoulders, and he walked in very much like he's owning the place. And his hair was all back, and he was all that. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, that was an oh my God moment. And I was like, oh my God. Anyhow, you know, they set that whole thing up for him. He did have 5 children. But when I saw him in the restaurant, Tony Curtis was in the Marilyn Monroe movie. Yes, he had a, he did have a very big powder blue jacket. And I was like this. And Margaret's kicking me under the table, like, shut up, stop doing that. You know, oh, he was flaming. He was flaming when he walked in. However, he had 5 children, and I think Jamie Lee, I believe at birth, they probably made a decision to go whichever way they go, you know, whatever. I guess you make a decision. If you have a child that's actually born with both genitalia, you make a decision. Tony Curtis did look like Liberace, actually. Like there's that same kind of flamboyance as he walked in. However, I was starstruck. I admit it. Okay? I admit it. I haven't had much caffeine. Why? How much caffeine have you had today? I've been fasting. I haven't really had caffeine. I had a coffee this morning. This is my natural energy. I am fabulous with my energy. And by the way, when you go on camera, of course, you have to enunciate. I know people just don't like it that I'm full of fun and happy, and they can fuck off. Anyhow, all of that aside, Tony Curtis was just, I was like, oh my God. And so there you go. And then I was like, no, it was powder blue. It was like the color of my earrings, but even more. And I just was like, under the table. There were a lot of people we saw at this restaurant. It's like a who's who. And I think he died a couple of years after that. I never met Jackie Gleason. I would have loved that too. But I didn't meet him. I did meet Roland Perkins, who started Creative Artist Agency before it was taken over by whoever it was taken over with. And he's a huge astrology fan. And I'm not even sure if he's alive. He might probably be in his 90s, something like this right now. But it was a thrill to meet him because he's the one that started CAA. So you know, my friend had a lot of hookups in town, which was amazing to meet these people. We met all kinds of people. We pitched lots of shows, and we ran into, yeah, sure, Julia Child gave birth. Sure, she did. Let's look up Julia Child's picture. I can tell you I gave birth and show you pictures. And Don Johnson, I love. Oh my God. But anyway, again, Mark Penfield, who I shouldn't even mention on here, told me about his time working in the theater on Vine Street way back in the day, because Mark's in his 70s now. Told me that and told me who he, you know, helped out sexually. And it was Don Johnson. I was like, oh, shut up. Just shut up. Like, don't tell me that. Yeah, I don't know if she had kids or not, but it's very easy. I can tell you how many people go and adopt a baby, right? How many people go and adopt a baby and then bring one home and they didn't have it? Julia Child is just not a female. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I don't know what to say. Maybe her spirit will come back and bitch slap me on the side of the head. I'm entitled to my opinion. But oh God, of course she's born on my birthday. She's in August 15th. She's in August 15th, 1912. So, you know, yeah, okay, sure. That's a fucking, oh, yeah, all right. Exactly. All right, let's look at her pictures. Let's see where she was born. I actually, see, she brought French cuisine. I had a co-star. Yeah, I read for one of his co-stars that was underage at the time. Exactly. I'm not going to say who. You can research it, Google it. But a long time ago, one of my regular people brought her friend in who happened to be that co-star. So yeah, a lot of them. Okay, so let's look over here. Let's just look up Julia Child. Let's see. Adrian Paul was sexy. Wait, who's that? How do I not know that? Um, yeah, I don't know about him. Yes, I do miss President Trump. Where'd that come from on a Scorpio full moon? Jodie Foster's interesting. She seems, well, you know, she's a lesbian, but that doesn't matter here or there. She seems very, I was watching that movie, The Accused, the other night. Do you remember The Accused? Um, she's, I think she might be a really better director because she's very Virgo to me. So even in her speech and the way that she speaks is kind of reserved and it's held back. So she's not like, ugh. Every character is reserved to me. That's how it is. But, you know, whatever, right? It is. I think because she's a Virgo, if I remember correctly. I don't know that I do remember correctly, but remember The Accused? Yeah, The Accused. I liked. Well, Hannibal Lecter, I watched on my honeymoon, and I don't know. I could never get over the eating people part of stuff. Like that just freaked me out. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, that's a woman, all right. There you go. Kind of looks like Meryl Streep. Meryl, I'm calling you. Meryl Streep. Remember you, Meryl Streep? Remember you said Harvey Weinstein was a god? Harvey Weinstein's a god and I'm Meryl Streep. Well, the only reason you're working Meryl Streep is because you're kissing Harvey Weinstein's ass. And he, by the way, was probably the only straight producer in town. Charlize, Renee, all of them came up through that. But remember that? She's like, he's a god. So you know what he does then, do you, Meryl? Right. Yeah, I don't know. I can't do Hannibal Lecter. But anyway, she looks like Meryl Streep. So it's probably Meryl Streep clone. Yeah, I said it. You heard me right. She does look like a Leo, Julia Child, but yeah, that's a man. I'm sorry. Carol, are you out there? That's a man. That's a man. I'm sorry. I don't care. I just really think she's male. So male. I mean, really, really fucking male. That's a man. Look at the size of that head. That's a man. I know, I'm sorry, but I really think I'm not saying anything bad. You can be anything you want. I don't care. Oh, the queen. If the queen's a woman, I'm like, I don't know. I'm 6'7". I don't know what to say. She's a man, maybe. Here's the thing. My point is, I don't care if they're male or female. How come we don't address changing the categories we address people's skin color as opposed to, yeah, the voice is totally made up. The voice is like a drag queen voice, like a man pretending to be a woman, okay? I think Joan Collins was a hooker. Good for her. She was in Hollywood. You got to put out to be in Hollywood. You're not going to be on camera without fucking somebody. That would be Harvey Weinstein till they stop that nonsense. Who they say, I don't say because I didn't fuck him, but who they say was, you know, male to female conversion. No, female to male conversion. I said that backwards. But understand, understand, okay, understand. No, it was Julia Child. She went out there, hello, and talking like this. I mean, did Mrs. Doubtfire? I know. Oh my God, right? Julia Child, Mrs. Mrs. Doubtfire. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Yeah, well, a lot of women are hookers in Hollywood. Do you think these men are going to let anybody get in control? You know, ever? I mean, they're not, thank God I'm not 20. Thank God I'm not 20. I mean, a lot of them tried to do it, but it's like, if I have to sleep with you and then do the work, I'm not doing both. Like, you're either going to pay me for the sex, you're going to fucking pay me. I'm not just going to work for you to make you money and fuck you. No. So that's a huge, hi, Ashley. And Ashley knows what I'm saying because she's here in Hollywood. It's a casting couch, but it's really a gay casting couch, really, in town. So the men get it a lot. The women get passed around by the few straight men in Hollywood. That's terrible, Sloan. Shut up. Slapping myself. Yeah, Ashley's so cute. She knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, his genitalia, whatever. I don't care what it is, but why are we always talking about skin color? Why after the verdict last week, whatever that, oh, that's definitely a man. After that verdict, Michael Obama, that's a man. Look at the shoulders. I mean, if you're a woman, I mean, you can be, actually, I should take that back. I've seen some very, very, very big, as in 6 foot something women. for sure. Gay for play. Well, that's it. But why should you have to why is this planet, like, even if you talk to somebody, you can't even have like a guy friend or a girlfriend without them wanting to have sex with you. It's like, get out of my face. Like, do you not have an intellect? Like, you got to go down there. If I'm doing work for somebody, I'm definitely, and good thing is they never want to fuck psychics. So it's awesome. Meaning nobody, like, they just want to use psychics for information. So they don't want to fuck us. So we're kind of lucky because we get left alone. And the older we get more work, because when we're young and cute, they don't believe we're really psychic, even though we're the same person, and kids are psychic as they grow up, and etc. Yeah, the genders are becoming integrated, which is part of transhumanism again. Okay, part of transhumanism, where it will become machine and people. But before that happens, it's basically understand that what they're bringing to light is the male and female. We have very distinctly different roles as male and female, okay? And they've been morphing them ever since, like, going all the way back to when they started putting women into the workforce, because we fought for it, which is a good thing, because then a man can't control us. We usually will make more money than them. At least the women friends I know make more money than their men usually, or they're capable of it and they can do it. We choose to have children, so then you switch like that. However, having said that, they want to make it all one so that we become. No, it's true. I mean, in California, it's true. I don't think a woman should ever give her power over to a man or take anything from a man, just because it puts you in a weakened position. So that's what I feel. However, they do have women that means you've got issues with one of your siblings, Pluto in the third. I don't know what Megan Fox is. She's damn pretty, that I know. But when you have kids, this puts you in a vulnerable position, because then you acquiesce to everything, because you're not going to give your kids up. And you don't really want to go out and work and leave your kids, wherever, usually. My kids, well, we don't respect each other. It would be really nice if we did, but we don't, right? However, when I had my kids, I worked from home. So I took a back seat. In other words, if I dropped them at school, I went to school with my kids. Thank you for the super chats, you guys. Thank you so much. I went to school with my kids and dropped them off, and then worked. And then when I had to pick them up, like, remember kindergarten, you have to pick them up at 12:20. So you're like working and you're like, oh my God, it's 12:20. I can only work for an hour and a half and then go pick them up. So that's kind of how I worked, so that I would keep in my kids' life, so that I would be there. So the kids were always in the house when clients were there. Okay. That's how I worked. I chose to do it. Obviously, when my kids got older, they didn't have to be there. Keithy was always climbing out the top story window and down. When he saw the clients coming in downstairs, he would flip himself on a bed sheet out, since he was like, I don't know, whatever, 7, or, however that is. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. I have to show this picture. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't. This is absurd. That is not a woman. I'm going to say it again. I mean, don't come for me. She just doesn't look very feminine. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, so what the agenda is, understand the Luciferian agenda is to flip roles. It's inversion. We live in an inverted planet. Everything, she's not. Yeah, so it's inversion. It's inversion, right? It's inverted. I used to call it reverse world because I couldn't understand what was going on. They put a picture, and again, I'm going to say this. Chrissy Teigen's husband on The Sexiest Man Alive. What is he? 5'4" and with the big, I don't know. He's not sexy. That's no idea. Nobody thinks that's sexy except for his wife, which that's her prerogative. That's their business. Why are you trying to tell me and label? They're always trying to label, okay? Yeah, we should say girl or boy. Keep that up. It's Christmas. Oh my God, trying to find a baptism card for little baby Kayleen. Okay, no baptism cards. I could not find a baptism card. I was like, I can't find a baptism card, but I could find a bar mitzvah card, and I could find a bunch of other fucking cards, but I couldn't find a baptism card, okay? I could not find one. Thank you for that, you guys. Thank you so much. I could not find that. Don't get me wrong. I don't care what they are, but the way that we've been manipulated in this society is to believe that certain people, they have lied to us. Okay. They have lied to us about what we are Oh, somebody's sending me a message now. I can't even read it. They have lied to us about what we are, okay, and what people are. We look at people and we are told that this is what this is. If you are withholding information, you are lying. And then they push, ouch, ouch, ouch. You forget about Bob Hope. She fooled everyone. Okay, Bob Hope kind of had a weird ass nose. And I don't know about that. Like he had a very odd, distinct nose. So the nose was very Gemini, but I think he was a Sagittarius or Sag rising. One of John's best friends lived next. Oh, stop with the poking. They're poking me from the other side. One of John's friends lived next door to Bob Hope. So and that house is still over there, Bob Hope. But he was a handler for a lot of what was going on. Yeah, Christianity's definitely under attack. It's reverse world though. So they tell you there's and again, I'll go all the way back to when Keith was 2.5. My friend Leslie, she's a December 9th. She was the same day. I know it's Julia Childs. She's not poking, she's punching me with her man hands. Oh God, I apologize. Oh my God, I apologize. I'm super sorry. That's really wrong. Who am I? It just strikes me as really absurd. Anyway, when Keithy was 2.5, my friend Leslie, a December 9th, okay, her brother died in a motorcycle accident back then. She was the most talented, like, and she made these, she worked with Prince on, uh, she worked on, with Prince on the Muppets, okay? So she made these huge 6-foot tall, puppets, okay? So like you stand behind them, and she made them like the Andrew sisters. And Leslie sang. She could sing any tune on par with anybody. Frank Sinatra tunes, the Andrew sisters, I mean, she was phenomenal. She did this Julia's on the blanket now. I know. She's probably behind me. Anyway, she was absolutely amazing. Okay. Disney signed a deal with her, and she worked at the El Capitan. And because me and Keithy and Johnny and Jason went to see her, she did this whole thing for kids. She was, I really haven't seen a who was so multifaceted with an amazing voice to sing. Like, I mean, she could just do everything. She was darling, super cute, and she was real, what a performer, a stage performer with an amazing voice. Anyway, they signed a deal with her, and she was so excited. She sold her stuff to Disney. They shelved it. She wouldn't give them creative control over her creations, and they fucking shelved it, ruined her career, and off she went. The last time I saw her, she was on The Apprentice. That's it. It was something for The Apprentice that they needed to do it, that they needed to have, ventriloquist, puppeteer, whatever. And anyway, completely trashed her shit because she wouldn't give up what she created, okay? And that was that. And then they shelved her puppets for years, and that was it. And she worked so hard. And back then, I was like, wow. And so that's what they do. My point is, if you don't play ball with them, you're not getting anywhere. Yes, Oprah, Geffen, Roberts, and Polly. No, not Jane Polly. Who's the other one? Oh my God. Who's the other one? The one that drinks a lot. The newscaster. What's her name? The older one, cute blonde, you know who I mean. Anyway, they were all on a boat. That's right. John of God, that whole thing. Exactly. And so, no, it wasn't Sherry Lewis. Sherry Lewis with her lambs and their little face. No, they just, they were handlers. That's what they are. But their goal in Luciferianism is to transgender everything. Everything is about being a different gender. If you have a boy, make it a girl. If you have a girl, make it a boy. Look at all the celebrities. How come so many celebrities? I'm just curious if you could tell me, how come so many celebrities have transgendered kids? Magic Johnson, his son, right? Thank you for that, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for your super chats. Truly, thank you. How come Magic Johnson? We've got Warren Beatty. We've got Will Smith. We've got Sonny and Cher. We've got Angelina, Brad Pitt, them two together. We've got so many people, right? And then we've got Charlize dressing her adopted kid up. So she adopts a kid And then now he is a girl. She adopts him. She adopts him. Sure. Not buying it. Sure. So they just do that. Oh my God, my favorite trail is open this weekend. Going to climb to 11,500 feet with my eyebrows. Hopefully they don't bleed. I'm super excited. That's going to be 7 hours and 15 minutes climbing into altitude. That's right. That will be fun. But how come they all have a transgendered child, right? Oh yeah, the adopted daughter. Exactly. It's always the adopted ones. We can stop that, right? I think it's terrible. Died 32 years. Oh, did she? I didn't even realize that. Problem is, that's part of the agenda. So the agenda is to confuse everything, because remember, this is not God's planet. This is chaotic here. This is reverse world. This is chaos. So what better way to Barbara Walters? Why? What are you going to tell me about Barbara? She seems female to me. I don't know. She does seem like that. But it's the Baphomet agenda, but they do it all the time. How come all these men dress up as women on camera? Why aren't women saying, stop mocking women, you fucks? Stop mocking women. Stop putting on stuff and thinking it's funny and parading and making millions of dollars for your movie while you have your muscles and everything. Stop doing it. It's not like they're not like drag queens. That's not what they're doing. When you watch a drag queen or you watch a performer who's male perform as a female, they have a love of that person. They're mimicking. Totally different than throwing every man up on Saturday Night Live and wherever the hell else they go and doing that, okay? And doing and they mock us. They're taking every ounce of woman away. So thank you for that. They're for the super chats, you guys. Yeah, but what it is it's mocking us. They want us to believe. They want us to believe something we don't want to believe. I'm sorry. Go back over your childhood and turn shit on and look at these people. And then they're like, oh my God, this one's so gorgeous. I'm like, why? What's gorgeous about that person? What are you talking about? And then they put models up there. Now, if you learn about models, then you learn about, if you learn about models, the reason that they have them tall, skinny, lanky, supposed females, right? All of those people, Barbara Walters, she might. I mean, she's older, isn't she? It's quite possible she does have dementia. Why not? But when you look at those tall, lanky models, they all look like boys. Number one, they're not feminine, but they've trained men to think that's feminine because the fashion industry was premised way back when on having everybody was man, just like in theater, everybody was male. So when everybody is male, then they dressed up as women because the whole fashion industry models were all male. Theater was all men, was all male at the time. So, and I'm talking British theater really, and I'm going back to France. So I'm going over to Europe. But when you look at that, so now they've made these women. We can't look like that. Do you really know? Well, Twiggy looks like a normal woman to me. She was thin, but she looks normal. They've got all kinds of stuff like that. I love the fashion where they have the men wearing the dresses and the heels. It's like, really, you can wear running shoes and low shoes and you want to put on some heels? Are you crazy? It's in style. Sure it is. I'm going to shave my head and put fuck off on the back. That is really what I'm going to do. I'm going to tattoo fuck off, fuck you, and fuck all the way down. And I'm just going to start doing it. I'm going to put it on my body because that's how I feel about this planet. And I don't even care. They want female power. That's for sure. Twiggy was too skinny, but Twiggy still looked like a woman. There are some women that are born like ultra thin. I'm not one of them, but there are some. And they just have a lanky body, okay? And Twiggy looked very feminine to me, right? Being jealous. Yeah, mocking. They are jealous of the feet. We give birth to everything and they want to just wait. As for the pricks in your arm, let me just say, I talked to one of my favorite people at Starbucks. I'm not saying her name, but these people are young. They're under 30. And they're all talking about getting the prick and now being allowed to see their friends. I'm like, why couldn't you see your friends before? Well, they didn't have the prick. And I'm like, so you're telling me you waited a whole year to see people? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why are women not upset about sports? Do you really want a man with his body raging with male hormones in your sport? Because he will win. Men are just stronger physically. I'm sorry, they really are. Maybe there's the odd woman. I don't know. But men are so strong just naturally because they're men. So they're strong. So you want to compete with them in sports? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I want to compete with people who are like my age or my group or my whatever, right? There you go. That's what I am. I think it's BS. Oh, I bet I bet Julia Child is strong. Serena Williams cracks me up. I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what was done there, but I watched this interesting documentary on a 13-year-old boy out of England. Well, no, he was out of Australia. And when he was 10, okay, yeah, men are emotionally weak for sure, but they're physically strong. When we're talking athletes, they're strong and they're different emotionally. But I was watching this document. My back is killing. I'm like, oh, I'm getting poked in the back. Anyway, this documentary, and the boy was like 10 and he wanted to be female. So his mom gave him her estrogen, which actually, now this was interesting. I didn't know this. When he was 13, see, they weren't allowing people to give the estrogen before you're 16, as if you're grown at 16, because my Jason didn't grow until after 17, and then he got up over 6'2", right? Keithy was always tall, but they gave them estrogen. They gave them estrogen to cement the bones because this young man wanted to be a woman. So the mom gave him her estrogen illegally, of course, and it fused the bones. So when you fuse the bones, you stop growing. Well, now he's 16 and he wants to be a man again. He doesn't want to be female anymore. So he's now shorter as a man because they fused his bones. I know. I'm just like, oh my God. Anyway, yeah, I know. Awful, awful, awful. Yeah, I know what was going on in that Anderson Cooper household. And Bobby knows. She just fell at what was it, the Balmoral Hotel where they have the rape pool. Am I allowed to say that on here? Oh, please. Here we go again. Am I allowed to say that on here? The rape pool happened. Bobby tripped down there. Somebody pushed Bobby on there. Yeah, I met Cameron Diaz. She was very I have to get a plug to plug this in. Hold on one second. I have to. All right. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, Cameron Diaz. I did a show with her and what's her name from Will and Grace? Megan Mullally on the talk show. And I was wearing 3-inch heels, something like this, because I had to walk across the stage at NBC. And I was doing the Lucier color testing reading on her, the Biltmore mansion. Yeah. Anyway, she was in flats and she was like almost 5'10". She was super tall. I will say that. She was nice though, and I didn't recognize anything at that time. And then the other guy from Everybody Loves Raymond, he's really tall, like 6'5". What? Not the dad, but the other one, the brother. Okay. Oh my God. Sorry, I had to get a charger. I threw it on the floor and my phone is about to go dead. So yeah, that was fun. But Cameron was super tall. Really, really tall. Of course. Oh my God, so annoying. I need the other thing. I need this thing to plug it in because it doesn't have the other things. Anyway, she was super tall. Very nice. Megan Mullally was like my height, my size kind of person. She's pretty normal, average female size person. And the other guy from Everybody Loves Raymond was really tall, like 6'5". And it was for her pilot. I did her pilot. So it was the pilot. It's what they do when they film it. Brad Garrett. Yeah, he was really tall. Like I looked behind me and he was like a big giant behind me. So we were the guests on the pilot. So it's what NBC uses to sell the show and syndicate it and all that. So yeah, I don't know if she was or not. She was actually quite pretty in person. You're 5'11". That's awesome. He still would have been way taller than you. I love something about Mary that cracks me up with that tanning woman. Oh my God, that is so funny. That is so funny. I would love wearing high heels and being taller than everybody, but now I just can't even wear high heels. Anyway, I'm not going to take the prick, but I was really surprised that these young people are taking the prick. Like they're actually, ooh, 6'7". There you go. Some nice, tall people here, right? Nice tall people. Thelma Harper. Wait, Thelma Harper. I do. The actress, right? I think, yeah, I do. Why? What's with Thelma Harper? Don't tell me. Don't go there. What are you going to tell me? Let me see if this is, can't tell if it's charging. Hold on. Oh no. Hold on. Just threw it off. Okay, wait, what's with Thelma Harper? What are we talking about? I'm terrified to have my kids start school. Don't have your kids start school. Don't have them start school. Homeschool your kids. Don't force anything in their body you don't want to force. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. Yes, I'm 5'6". Don't do that. Homeschool your kids. Teach your kids the way you want to teach them. They force us. I'd love to be 6'2". I don't know why. I'd love to be 5 feet too. Then I could wear stripper heels. But then when you get to be my age, you're like, I don't want to wear heels. I don't know why you guys don't homeschool your kids. Yeah, I mean, just homeschool them because otherwise they're going to force you into it. And secondly, usually each state, not California, because they're trying to get rid of the homeschooling legislation because they don't like homeschooling because you have more control over your kids. Okay. Which is unbelievable, but I say homeschool because that way they're in my house and I don't have to force anything into their body that I don't want to force into. I mean, I have no idea why these people think it's okay to give people, thank you for the super chats, all of y'all. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just, I honestly, it's because it's the public school system, but since when does the public school system have the right to tell you, the taxpayers that pay for their jobs, these school teachers, okay, pay for their jobs? That's what the tax money supposedly goes to. I'm just going on what, the governor says or whatever, whoever says it. So you're paying them to tell you what it is they need from you. Well, if you're that scared to teach kids, then maybe you don't have to follow. And school's bullshit anyway. What are they going to do? They just make money off your kids showing up at school. I mean, it's ridiculous. Oh my God, I have to see this. Hold on. Soon enough. I'm just talking to the groom. I'm talking to the groom. The bride and the groom over here. I was a stripper, a cop, then a teacher. Awesome. You are awesome. You really went hog wild. You're like, as a cop, you're like, look, I don't want to bust you. I'll show you my boobs. Put the handcuffs on and get in the car. I bet you that worked. Because, men are sometimes, silly when you're arresting them. And a school teacher. Oh my God, that's great. That's great. What a great life. Write a book. Write a book. Write a book, y'all. Write a book. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, I can't. One of my friends actually just posted. Why are you all posting pictures of taking the prick? Why are you posting it? Why are you posting it? Is it my business? Do I go to you? Did you get a colonoscopy? Did you fucking get a cavity filled? Did you get a gynecological exam? Did you get your throat examined? Like, you don't come to me and go, I got my throat examined. Why do I need to know you had a vaccine? Why are people posting that? Stripper's a great role model for the students because it teaches you how to make money, work for yourself, deal with every kind of weirdo personality, and strippers are smart. They're not working 9 to 5, by the way. And the smart ones are raking up the bucks when they're young, and then they can teach their kids. It's awesome, actually. They can teach kids after that because they have a whole life school on everybody, because in a strip club, you're going to meet businessmen, you're going to meet liar men, you're going to meet addict men, you're going to meet the cycle of sexual abuse man, and the cycle goes around and around. You're going to meet it all in a strip club. And to be a teacher, you got to deal with every kind of fucking weirdo parent I'll speak for myself, okay? Every kind of weirdo parent out there. Oh, strippers are fucking smart. I mean, they're smart. They're smart. They may get beat a lot, but I mean, in the beginning because they're young, but when they come out of it in their 40s and meaning their bodies change, they've got intellect. They've met everybody's husband in the strip clubs for all those stupid people thinking, my husband would never do that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure thing. Uh-huh. Anyway, and men in suits were the worst. That was my experience. But teaching kids your intellect with whatever you do, if you're a stripper and you go to be a school teacher, that's your intellect. What do you think? That you can't do two jobs in your life? Why? Why can't you do two jobs? Why can't you do that? And you're a cop. Do you know the education that whoever just said that on here, I know I forgot her name. Do you know the education that she has from that vast life skill? Why do we judge her? Let's applaud her. She's all of those things, okay? That pole takes major strength. It does. Yeah, I can fall on my head quite a bit. Exactly. 5'2", my man, Big Daddy is 6'9". Oh my God. That's fantastic. 6'9", Big Daddy. Hey, Big Daddy. Yeah, no, there's a stripper, a cop, and a nurse. Another. Oh my God, you're a healer in every capacity. Strippers are healing energy on the sexual, so down in the root chakra area, okay? A lot of strippers are psychic astrologers and very in tune because they have to protect themselves. People make that mistake, all right? Cops got to be very in tune because the whole world hates them right now. There's some good cops and some bad hookers too, of course. Oh my God. Yeah. Sex workers, Ashley. Of course. That's another level of stripping. In Toronto, there were more strippers that were hookers. In California, the strippers were strippers and the sex workers were sex workers. But you got to know what you're dealing with, and you always have to trust your gut. And by the way, the life experience that these people get is phenomenal. The shame that everybody has around their little sex is they should stop diddling kids. And if you stop diddling kids, we wouldn't have these fucking issues. That's really the only thing. Nurses are healers. Strippers are healers and sex workers because they're healing unfocused trauma through sexual release. That's actually what it is. They are working with the sex chakras to help the mind. It sounds really weird. Some people are demented their whole life. I'm not saying you can cure everybody, okay? And then the last, and exactly, of course, strippers make a shit ton. Not stupid. Why aren't you going to show up and make money? I'm not going to work 9 to 5. Shut the fuck up. No, I'm not going to do it. I mean, when I was a teenager, why would I do it? Why would I go to college, spend $200,000, be in debt? I'm not going to be a doctor anyway, just so society can look at me morally. What? Like they approve of me? Like I give a shit. It's customer service. That's exactly right. But it is a service. It is a service, but they're also healing on a sexual lower chakra level. So the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the abuse centers. Now, take it up a notch. Okay, the sex workers, i.e. hookers, okay, are taking it to a different level because they're using their heart chakras to work with the sex chakras in order to transmute that energy. That's what it is. Now look at psychics and astrologers. They take it from basically the solar plexus up to the third eye. Crown chakra is a bit different, but let's say the solar plexus to the third eye, and they're working with that unhealed energy that's moving up the body's energy. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's starting down in the root chakra, the trauma, and it's being healed all the way up through the chakra centers. We each have services that we do to help people to transmute energy. That's actually the fact. People want to call it nasty and dirty. That's their problem because they have uptight fuckery with it, okay? So like, if you're a woman, you probably don't like the fact that your man looks at other women. He does. Not all of them go to strip clubs. Not all of them go to hookers, but that's a thing. Okay, that's a thing. And if they do it, a lot of times they're working out unfinished sexual abuse issues from early childhood. The men are absorbing one thing. The women are taking on another aspect from the man's trauma. And when both get healed, they'll leave the business. Now, going from stripping to a cop, that's very interesting because a lot of being a cop, a lot of your criminals are going to be in strip clubs. It's where they hang out. I mean, I'm sorry. The mafia runs them. Pimps run hookers, right? So the cops have a very good understanding of people all over the place. Because when you work in those clubs and you see the men, okay, who can't even recognize you with your clothes on, even when they're outside. That used to shock me. I would see them. They would never see you because you're dressed, so they don't fucking pay any attention to you. And you see them with their wives and family, and you see how they've subjugated themselves into some kind of belief system that isn't their belief system, because usually the wife didn't match with what they liked in the clubs. Some of them were gay. I met a lot of men that were gay in the clubs that love to go look at other men, get excited by the women, okay? There's a thing, and there's a lot of trafficking through the clubs. So it's a very, and you can find out a lot of information. Drugs, sex, everything through those clubs siphons off. Then you get a nurse. A nurse is a different kind of healer. A trauma room nurse does not know what's being thrown at her, and she ends up, fixing everything, okay? Like you could have a car accident, you could be in early labor, you could be poisoned, you could be beat up, whatever. So a nurse is right there. Now, if she's a hospice nurse, she's helping people transition from the crown chakra on. So it goes all the way up the body. So the fact that we judge careers like, oh, a stripper's a whore. That's what I used to always get. You know what? Whore this, all right? Girls that sleep with men for money, I'm sorry. So many people do it when they're dating and we don't bat an eye, but because she does it as a business, you're going to bat an eye? No, 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 no. And stop picking on women. Stop picking on women. Don't pick on women, okay? Just don't do it. Just stop doing it, all right? Stop. Yeah, of course there's ugly men there. There's all kinds of men there. Some men can't get a date. Some men go in there, and some men don't want to cheat on their wives, so they go there. So men are visual, so they visually see, and then they go home and they screw their wives. This is men. This is another form of porn, if you want to look at it. But it's whatever they do, as long as you understand. John Travolta is definitely gay. As long as you understand it, but understand each group of people as we evolve, okay, as sex workers, whatever, when you evolve as a sex worker, right, you go to a different level of working with energy. Sex workers are healers. It's in a different way. It's in a different way, okay? You're doing that. People who work in a lot of those industries are dealing with unhealed trauma, and that is a fact. So when they get out of those careers because of their age, okay, because of their age, then they are able to go into healing professions, cop and nurse. Awesome. And school teacher. Awesome. I mean, it's really great. What a vast scope. Most people stay in their little things and they only want to learn their little lessons the way they learn it in their nice little neighborhoods. Why? The whole world is flavored and textured. Like, what's that about, right? Exactly. So bravo, John Travolta. Yeah, I don't, he's a Scientologist. What can I tell you? So bravo to all of the people that jumped from one healing career to another healing career and elevated themselves, but still understand that. When you come from that, you understand what that is. We do all have unhealed trauma, but not to that degree. Some people have violent unhealed trauma. John Johnson was hot. He's a little bit chubby right now. Okay, I said it. And that's only because I know that he liked my friend and my friend was male. So I'm like, I can't be friends with Don Johnson anymore. I cannot. Yeah, we do all have unhealed trauma. Absolutely. But the unhealed trauma is different. The sexual wounds and the taking of life force because the belief is if we are sexually abused, and really it boils down to core shame. So it's the fact that we have shame about sexual abuse, and it's also that we have control issues with not letting somebody control us, so we'll turn it into a business. It's all of those things. Other people, like your kids that are stealers, okay, so thieves, stealers, those people that's a violent unused trauma. We do all have trauma, but some people's trauma is a lot worse. If you grow up in, Germany in World War II in one of the concentration camps, as a kid, your trauma is going to be way worse than anything I experienced or you experienced probably. I mean, seriously, you're on a whole different level of experience. Little kids in, Rwanda, that's a whole other thing. Little Haitian kids, whole other kind of trauma. Kids being beaten and burnt and the whole other kind of trauma. Yes. Then there's the sexual trauma, and there's all kinds of different traumas. Absolutely. But they work on the core. Leo, I'm all triple Leo, and it's all in the 12th house along with my Cancer planet. So I'm all 12th house Piscean. Sorry. With the first house, Pluto and Uranus. So yeah, mentally, physically, I'm sorry. Oh, Mickey, that's terrible. And then there's self-inflicted trauma. Absolutely, there's self-inflicted trauma. I don't consider any of my work in my life trauma because, as I said, all my stripper friends went on to do really great things. One of them is still in movies. She's in her 50s. Her body rocks. She still does what she does. She still has a huge fan base. Jody, huge fan base. People pay to have her show up and to events. She's beloved from her film career. Okay, so she went that route. Bridget was Ariana's stylist for, I don't know, since Ariana came out. That's who styles, and her daughter was the makeup artist for Ariana. Debbie is the scream queen, so she does horror films. So, and I do what I do, which we all did when we were 19 and 20, when I met them in this country. So, but when I got to California, this is the girls I met here, and they're all very accomplished women. They're all very good looking women. They're all very well put together women. They all take care of their children, women. And so, they all do their businesses. That's in this country. I don't know about anybody I worked with in the other country, in Canada, but I mean, they're great. We all did what we did when I was reading people when I was first doing that here. That was my job. I had to go make money. So I would show up and do, a show and win the show. They had these dance contests on Thursday nights in the Valley. So I would just hit 3 clubs and win and then take my cash, and then I could do my readings. I didn't have to do other shit. Yeah, that's what I did. I figured out the quickest way to do it so I could spend my day doing what I wanted, really, quite frankly. But they're all very accomplished women. Maybe one has a drug problem or a drinking problem, the rest don't. So you're always going to have one in every career that does. So there you go. Pimp problems, though. I don't know about pimps. We didn't have pimps, thank God. Pimps is a form of slavery, which could then elevate itself into managers. Yes, I do readings, but I shut my books down. I only do them 3 or 4 weeks ahead of time, and then I shut them down till I open them up, because I do not want to be booked. I say this all the time. I don't want to be booked an entire year in advance, ever. Okay, so I'm not booked up. I shut them down and I open them up every month and a half for a month and a half ahead, so that I don't have to do it 24/7, because I'm just not able to after my son died. So I will work for a month and that's all I will do. That's what I do. So having said that, you guys always ask that. I'm gonna have to change my reading page because nobody's reading it, or it's not clear, one or the other. Okay, so happy birthday, AS there. Happy birthday. Okay, so when you're looking at things like pimps, let's look at pimps. Pimps, pimps and hoes. Okay, so pimps goes down to the bottom level of management. So like a root chakra management. Somebody who needs to be told what to do and needs the presence of a controller will hit up a pimp, right? Okay, so that's what she'll hit up. Like, she'll go and allow a pimp. I can't have a man tell me what to do, so I never had a pimp, and I just can't. I don't care what they think I should do, and I'm not giving my money to a man. So there's that. Okay, there's that. For me, it's not going to work because I basically raised myself, so I don't, right. So when you go from pimp, let's look at the music industry and let's go into the entertainment industry, as in actors, performers, comedians. They all feel they need an agent and a manager, right? So you've got different levels of structuring talent, whether the talent be sexual talent. Now, pimps are brutal, okay? And you can run into some managers, like, what's her name? Kesha and her manager. What's that guy's name? Scooter Braun, him. You can run into that, but you can run into some people that actually will protect you. Ike Turner, like, what kind of manager was Ike Turner? What the hell, Ike Turner? And people who think it's easy to get out of abuse, Tina Turner. Literally Tina Turner, hottest chick singing on planet Earth. This fucker's punching her lights out at home. Oh my God, right? Anyway, when you go through Don King, when you go through management, look at Elvis's manager, the captain or the colonel or whatever he called himself, the colonel. Okay, buddy. Totally did not give Elvis a chance to really act in some phenomenal movies. Gave him these stupid ukulele Hawaiian, da, 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 da. Look, I'm Elvis. I'm a caricature. Elvis was actually a really, really amazing actor. Okay. Really amazing. But did he get a chance? No, because his manager wanted the money. So you've got to find yourself. Oh my God. There, we're back. I do not know what's going on. They're hearing us on the mic. Anyway, so no, it's them on the mic. It's Julia Child with her big man hands slapping out the internet. Yeah, I said it again. Anyway, when you're dealing with pimps, they're usually playing on the vulnerability of underage girls, which is a whole different echelon. So it's very root chakra. When you're getting to people who are in singing or entertainment, as in speaking, acting, comedian. Okay, so singing, acting, and comedian, you're getting people that are working off of root chakra and heart chakra. They want to be loved and they want to speak whatever, sing, speak, whatever, right? So remember Seinfeld and the man hands? Yeah. Oh, she has man hands. Remember that? And she was cracking open lobster and Seinfeld's like, those are man hands. So a lot of what goes on that we see and we view in this life, a lot of that, we're working off of different chakras till we get that lesson. So it's not really right or wrong. God does not say because you were pimped out and you're a street hoe that you don't deserve to be in God's eyes. Man says that because man is scared of sex. Man is always scared of sex, okay? Oh, now it's syncing me off of my audio. Honest to God, really? Really? Anyway, that's what's happening. So part of that, but look at Elvis and look at the Colonel. Never put Elvis in a position to really expand on his acting ability because that would require a risk. And his freaking manager, who managed him all wrong, wanted the money because he was a gambler. So you got to watch if you have a manager that they have the same vision as you have for yourself. They got to have the same vision. You've got to discuss it with them and it's got to be an equal partnership. And then in which case it's going to work. But again, there are, it's hit and miss. I mean, whoever was, I think it was Judy Garland's mother. I mean, what the hell was that? What the actual freaking hell was that, right? Yeah, that's pedophilia. Elvis was 25 and she was 14. And Elvis didn't sleep with her, but her parents gave her to Elvis. Okay, come on, parents. Chop, chop, smarten up. Smarten up. And why nobody thought that was weird? She was freaking 14. She was 14, okay? The girl was 14. And then he only slept with her once and knocked her up. Like, I believe that story. I don't believe that story. Unless he was gay. Just saying. Why is he only not sleeping with that pretty thing once? Right? At 12, I had an Elvis fan club. Good for you. Yeah, Judy, that's good. I can see the appeal in Elvis. He was absolutely beautiful. Judy Garland, whoever managed her, which I think was her mother, was outrageous. I mean, it was outrageous what they did, okay? No, I'm here. I'm here right now. But it was just absolutely outrageous, Judy Garland, the way that she was managed. They ran her into the ground, and when she didn't perform, they drugged her up. And when she didn't perform, they took her down, and then they insulted her, and then they basically killed her. Jerry Lee Lewis, didn't he marry his cousin, 13-year-old? I can't go there. Like, it's your fucking cousin. Just stop, okay? Even if it's your cousin by marriage, like, that's when love is not a good thing. So when you're looking at managers, you really have to consider who are you going to let control your creative energy? Do they understand what you create? Always a problem when I was doing psychic shows because I had one experience where I did a thing called a baby whisperer. It was baby whisperer psychic show. And I did that show. And the producer told me, thanks for the super chat. Thank you so much. The producer, I loved Errol Flynn, but he was, yeah, however you spell his, wait. Yeah, I know he was a pig. I did love Errol Flynn was gorgeous. However, yeah. Wasn't he a gay Nazi, they say? I don't know what they say. He was phenomenal. And he destroyed himself at age 50 with his very much younger girlfriend. What was she, 23 or something? I watched Charlie Chaplin every lunch hour when I was a kid growing up because I loved the silent film thing. Totally loved it. Yep, he did it again. He married somebody else. I know, young girls. Again, stop with the young girls. They're not your kids. Wait till they get older. And the fact that you want young girls means you don't have much of an intellect because I just can't. Of course, marrying your cousin is incestuous. Do we even question this? Do we question this? No, we don't. I just heard something about Hugh Hefner that truly disturbed me. Really disturbed me. Really disturbed me. Okay, so there you go. All right. I was going to say something about, oh my God, who was I going to talk about? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, so there you go. Yeah, they say Errol Flynn was hung like a donkey. Do you really want to have sex with something that's hung like that? Oh, Baby Whisperer, thank you. So I did the Baby Whisperer show and I was all, my personality. So the producer, he's like, you have to quieten it down. And I'm like, I can't quieten it down. This is who I am. Like, I really can't contain myself. It's just who the fuck I am. Stop telling me, right? Thank you for that. Thank you so much, you guys. Anyway, we shot it the way the producer wanted it. He was paying me, so I'll shoot your show the way you want it. So they took the show to put it on, I forget which network. Anyway, a friend of mine who was also a client of mine who's hired me on other shows got to see the tape. Ring, ring, calls me up. Sloan, yeah. Did you do that Baby Whisperer? Yeah. Why were you acting that way? I can't buy the show. I can't buy the show. Why are you doing that? The producer had his vision of what a psychic is. And because you have donkey love, okay, I can't. Because you have a vision of what you think I do and who you think I am, you put your idea. So I always need people who are in tune with the psychic, world. If they're going to pitch a show and produce a show, they got to let me be me because this is the way I am, or get another psychic. But if you don't know how to edit it and you don't know what a psychic does, and you have this version because you have shame over the fact that I'm a loud person or whatever, then you have the issue. And she didn't buy the show. I was in it and she said, you shouldn't have done that. We would have bought it if you weren't like that. And then he called me. He's like, tell her to change her mind. I'm like, I don't rebrand you. I love that, Rachel. I got to remember that. Oh my God, it's so good. But they do that because it's their perception. So when you're being managed, you truly have to allow the person. I don't know who managed the Carpenters. I have no idea. You have to allow the person the manager has to allow the person to be them. They can structure them a little bit within the context of their personality, which is very important. So no, I'm drinking my water. That's what I'm saying. I had Starbucks this morning, but I just have my water. Thing, Rachel. It's excellent. Yeah. Allen, I never saw the appeal in him. Never. Okay, Hugh Hefner, apparently. Okay, so he had this very particular, so he always had to take Viagra, which I think we could guess. He never ever, like, according to what I was listening to, he never like went down below the waist on anybody in his like bedroom. They all had orgies. He turned porn on and he used Viagra. It doesn't sound very fun. It feels like you're trapped in a loop in your head. And he didn't allow hoo-haws, the JJs in there unless they were innies, not outies. You know what I'm talking about, ladies. Anyway, and men. He only allowed the innies in there. Why you got to be a bigot against the outies? What's that about, Hugh? Hugh Hefner. Yeah, that's right, Hugh. Anyhow, that's apparently, yeah, innies versus outies. I'm not talking belly buttons. I'm talking below the underwear line. So that's what I heard. It's disappointing that he wasn't an equal opportunity JJ lover. I mean, come on. Right? outie, innie. You know what I'm saying? Like if everything that a woman has is up where you can't see it, or it's not up. I mean, it's down. Like some belly buttons are in and some are out, right? Same with women's privates. Some are in and some are out. There you go. Exactly. So like if you're a dude and you don't know what that means, I can't help you because even I know what that means. Yeah, he was gross. He's a puppet. Exactly. So he was not gay. You know what? I don't know. I always find it odd if a man doesn't like to, explore below the underwear because I'm like, really? Because I don't really know men like that. So, I mean, sorry. Yeah, I mean, that just tells me that you either are selfish and you don't want to like be friendly with a woman, or you don't want to go down there because like you're whatever. Yes, there you go. I was watching something and I didn't know that. I haven't read her book. I'm a lesbian and I know about this. There you go. Lesbians would know about this because they see innies and outies. And aren't we friends with innies and outies? Like, why do we got to discriminate? Right. Deal killer. Yeah, if you're not an innie, get out. Barbie Benton was gorgeous. I mean, if you have an outie, you got to get out of Hugh Hefner's bedroom. Ew, who wants to be in his fucking bedroom? Number one, creepy bastard. But he was used as a pawn, I think, to get blackmail information. There you go. I don't know about the loose part. I just know some people are innies and outies. You learn this in the strip club too. You can see innies or outies. We all have different bodies, but there's like a few variations of bodies. So you're either a this or a that, right? World-class service. I was like, okay, I was reading this last night, not reading it, listening to somebody talking about it last night. I was like, oh my God. La 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 la. Didn't need to know that, right? Oh my God. Triple Scorpio. My brother was a triple Scorpio. Exactly. But Julie is rolling in her grave with her man hands. That's right. Oh God, I'm sorry. That's terrible. Yes, I am trying to do that without getting booted off of YouTube. I'm saying below the underwear. Not your belly button, but like your belly button, but down there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, apparently that was Hugh's thing. So like he couldn't like a person just because, no. So, and he apparently liked underage blondes, kind of flat chest. So maybe he was just the typical puppet who had been indoctrinated, was into little boys. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was too. That's probably what he liked. And the whole facade of these women was used to blackmail because my friend Claudette from Mad Men, Claudette that won the Emmy for set designing Mad Men, who we used to hike for years. And then she like left and she went elsewhere. Anyway, Claudette told me when she was a little kid, her dad was at the Playboy Mansion he was an actual ad man, executive ad man. So when she got Mad Men, it was like her whole childhood right there. So that was so interesting. And she was meticulous at set designing, by the way. We used to hike and she used to tell me, I have to do this. I have to find this little pencil sharpener. And I'm like, who cares? She goes, no, it has to be from this time. So she was doing all that stuff. Anyway, she was phenomenal. And I just adore her. Anyway, her dad was actually an ad man in New York. And they went up to Philadelphia to the Playboy Club there. And when her dad came home, he actually said to her, you cannot watch Bill Cosby, because everybody knew back then. This is when she's like 12 and she's slightly older than me. Everybody knew about Bill Cosby. Okay. Everybody knew. Everybody knew about Bill Cosby as far as 12 years ago, 15 years ago. I had a friend tell me. I mean, it seemed unbelievable to me because I didn't know him. But they knew at the studio. Oh, awesome. Athena. I love Athena. Yes, but that's true. I mean, I had my friend that worked at CBS and she told me, and she's like, yeah, he whips his thing out, talking about Bill Cosby. And she's every time you go by his door, he opens the door and he's just always showing his, thing. And I'm like, okay, this is me. Okay, sure. Guess what? She was right. She was right about everything she told me. She's also the one that introduced me to Tony Curtis. So she should write a book, although we're not friends anymore. But anyway, she should write a book. But that's what he was doing on set all over CBS. And CBS didn't say jack shit till they used him up, took his money, and he got old, right? And then they decided to just throw him away like that. That's right. Keep your wiener to yourself. Like nobody fucking wants to see. And he picked me out of the audience to talk. Oh my God, Mindy. See? Oh my God. Oh my God. Right? But see, here's the problem. They indoctrinate them going up the ladder of celebrity. So they get used to, you're not going to get famous unless we, yeah. John Stamos, you mean? I know about him through one of my clients who's engaged to him. Yeah, she can defend him. Maybe she didn't know because she was his age or older and he might not have done that to her. So she can defend him. I mean, she's entitled to defend who she wants, but I don't think you can argue when there's a rape charge against somebody. I think you would have to say, Bill Cosby doesn't even know why he's in jail. His mind was fractured. That's how he got famous. That famous John Stamos. That's how he got famous. They put him in that position. Okay. Yeah, I heard about John Stamos. One of my clients was engaged to him. I heard stuff about him. Can't get it. Can't get it where it got to go. Okay. Can't get it where it got to go. Got to be drunk. Can't get it where it got to go. I just said it. I'm just not saying anything else because I don't want to get sued. But anyway, that's what I'm going to say. Can't get it where it got to go. Got to go somewhere, but can't get it. Soft eggplants. Thank you. Soft eggplants. Pink moon. I know it's a Scorpio. Full moon, super moon, pink moon, exactly. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff. You're not going to get power and fame unless they can control you, period. They can't have you having an opinion that goes against their opinion. So this is a lot of what we're seeing. The Mendez brothers is very interesting. I remember that specifically. I do remember that. Yeah, I do. Probably gay, I would assume. If you can't get it where it got to go, Jello pudding pops. Yeah, whatever. Wet noodle. Yeah, wet noodle means either you take a lot of drugs and you're doing that for a reason. So if you're taking a lot of drugs for a reason, but I think they do it to blackmail people. So I think if you want to do this, they get you, I'll tell you something. I think I told you guys this story, but I was at a fellow psychic's house that I'm not going to mention with one of her clients, well hooked up, oh my God, the Bay City Rollers. No. Okay, so dialed up to a producer. Producer was at a party with a bunch of agents at a very famous woman, exercise clothing line woman's house. Not going to say anymore. Anyway, was at this person's house, and there's like all kinds of, entertainers and all kinds of things. Anyway, my psychic friend's friend, who's the producer, approximately my age, brought one of his young male friends. I'm not confirming or denying. I'm just going to say an exercise house. The young male friend was like, okay, we'll say 32, super handsome, super cute, introducing him to all the agents and people in this party, right? Everybody's on the front line. You know how these parties go. And there's bedrooms everywhere, la, la, la. I'm laughing, Jane Fondue. Anyhow, he couldn't find his friend. So the producer that's my age couldn't find his friend, right? So he went looking through the house, found his friend drunk, okay, or out of it, on the bed in a bedroom that isn't anybody's bedroom with two very well-known agents in town, one filming and one trying to do the old butteroo with this kid, young man, who didn't even know what was going on because he was drugged. Once they filmed that, right, you think, oh, they did. They roofied him, basically. They drug you, they film you, you think you did it because you're all fucked up. You don't know what the hell happened. Even if you don't think you wanted to do it, you're doing it. So because of your shame, no, Howard Stern wasn't involved in this. Because of your own shame around sex, you get upset. Me, I would be like, look at this fucking video of me. Now, does that look like me? Like I would put it right out there and take the control away from them, which is why I'm not famous. So there you go. I would absolutely do that. But they do it with the gay thing because a lot of men are afraid of the gay thing, right? So it's a blackmail thing, exactly. So my psychic friend's friend took his younger friend, put put him over his back and lost jobs walking out of that party by taking that kid out. But God bless him for doing that, because it didn't happen to that kid. Kid probably won't get hired. Kid won't reach his dreams. But at what expense do you want to reach your dreams? So it was very interesting. And that story was just a few months, well, that was a little bit like last year. Maybe, no, it might have been before Keith died, because I don't think Keith had passed yet. But he took his friend out of there. So I was really glad to hear somebody went and got him and didn't let it happen. Yeah, exactly. I mean, seriously, but they do roofie them. Of course they do. Don't drink anything. If I drink something, I literally keep it in my purse. I don't drink out of anybody's bar service or not. I don't do shit like that. No, 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 no. I want to see the cap on it. I want to see it sealed, and then I'm keeping it with me, or I'm not drinking it again. That's it. But he did stand up, but he lost business because of it, of course. But I found it very interesting because he didn't let it happen to his friends. So it was happening. It was probably 2019, maybe the early 2020. I'm thinking it was early 2020. So like January 2020, before Keith died, if I remember correctly. So there's a lot of this that goes on. This is with Full House. Deflated eggplant. Deflated won't inflate. Inflate won't. Inflate won't happen. Inflate doesn't inflate. Just saying. Won't inflate. Not gonna happen. This is what I heard from someone who dated him prior. Exactly. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, I guess it's Full House, not so full. That's right. Full House, not so full. Oh yeah, necrophiliac. I met one of those when I was in Toronto. One of my best friend's sisters married one of those guys that worked at a mortuary. Loved, I can't even. Used to make her get in a cold. I was like 15 and I'm hearing this. She's like, yeah, my man makes me get in the bathtub in ice and that's how we have sex. I'm like, I don't think I want to have sex with him that bad. Like I'm thinking that, right? I know she married this guy. Anyway, he got caught digging up bodies in the ground, whatever. Yeah, I have heard of that. He died in a motorcycle accident on July 29th of 2020. He was forced off the road and hit a mailbox that was cemented in. I don't know if he's gay, and not my son who we're talking about over there. I don't know if he's gay. I just know there might have been alcoholic problems and whatever. But anyway, Keithy was run off the road and hit a mailbox that was cemented into the ground, and then launched into the street after hitting a pole, and me and Jason saw him dead on the ground and stayed with him. So yeah, my life was blown up at that time, and that was Keithy. But I wasn't talking about Keithy with the limp eggplant. That was John, last name begins with an S. I know I'm just so blunt with Keithy, but that's actually what I saw, and I can't like let go of that. But anyway, that was my Dewey. That was my baby boy. And look what I did today. Yeah, I did this. Okay, so since I'm such a good hacker, I'm a fucking awesome hacker, and all those kids wanted Keithy's Snapchat. Okay, oh my God. Where the hell is David hiking here? Tons of snow. That just popped up. Anyway, I wanted to hear Keithy's voice, so I went into his Snapchat and I just grabbed...
I came up with a strategy to come up mathematically. Now tell me why the fuck these buses mad at me.
See, he's talking about these little buses being mad at him, and then this.
Just kicking in your shotgun. Got the chicken and rice for the road trip.
See?
Yeah, we out of here.
So cute. He got the chicken and rice for the road trip. That was David's face that popped up thereafter. But anyway, he got the chicken and rice for the road trip. So Keithy was doing his little raps about the school buses cutting him off in his car. So anything I can get on Keithy off his Snapchat that I sneak on, and when a memory comes up, I click it. I already changed the passwords, bratty friends of Keithy, and I download everything. I see everything. I see it. I hear it. I don't care. I just want to hear little Dewey's voice. That's all I care about, is hearing my Dew. So I send it to people, his friends. That's all I want to hear. If I can hear his voice, then I feel like he's with me. So that's what I do. I had to break into that Snapchat. They all try to get the Snapchat from his mommy. They're all trying to get it. They're like, just don't look at the Snapchat. Jason's like, I'll go through it first. I'm like, no, you won't. It's mommy's job to stalk her baby even when he dies and take all his pictures and post them, even though he would be yelling. That is my job, and that I will do every single day of my little boy's life, even though he's not here in this life. That's what I will do. And I'll tell you how to do it. So when you got a Snapchat of your kid, right? And you pay the phone, so you pay the phone, and some of the Snapchats are like, it says memory from 4 years ago. Keithy was super handsome. He's really a beautiful boy. Some of those are older. I don't know when that rap video, that might be 2 years ago or something. But anyway, with the Snapchat, right? So the coroner gave me his phone. First mistake, y'all. I got the phone. I still got the money he had on him in his pocket and his phone. I got that. I got the helmet. I had to secure the helmet in the storage because it kept hitting me on the head. His helmet. So the phone SIM card, right? SIM card. So I took the SIM card and I put it into my phone. Then I try to get into the Snapchat and it says, did you forget your password? Well, of course I did, because it ain't my fucking Snapchat. So then it says, well, text to this number. I'm like, great, text to the number because I got the SIM card here. John and Jason tried to steal the SIM card, but I just shut their SIM card down and got a fresh one for myself because the account's in my name. So they were all trying to get it because they're worried about what Keithy was doing. I don't care what Keithy was doing. I just wanted to hear my son's voice. I really don't give a shit what he was doing. He really wasn't doing much, you know? Anyhow, so I got the SIM card and then they sent me the password. So then I reset up a password and sent it to my regular phone number, not his phone number. I took his phone number and put it onto a private Magic Jack, which you can get the app and get texts if need be. That's what this bitch did. With them all yapping in my face. Yap. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't born yesterday and it's my job to stalk my son. This is my job. So then every day, a memory comes up and it says, Keith, you have a memory on your Snapchat. So I click that shit open and then I email all my stuff. And did you know when you can get into your Snapchat and you can't see shit? Thank you for that. Thank you so much. He's going to kill me when I cross over. So when you look in someone's Snapchat, there's absolutely no pictures on the Snapchat because they're hidden, right? But you have memories. So once you get into someone's Snapchat and you get into their email and you change that password, which I got into because I locked myself out of it and then got it sent to me on this phone with his phone number on it, took the SIM card out. That's what I did. Anyway, you do that, you can download the entire Snapchat to your, they send you your download because they don't own it. So I requested a download and it came to my email. So now I got all the shit that he saved that I can't see, but it pops up on memory. So I see some stuff. So yeah, I got it. So no, children. No. No. This is what I did. I just want to hear my son's voice. Okay. I don't really fucking care what he did. He's dead now. I just want to hear the baby's voice. That's all. He also, it was so cute. There was one of baby Jack, little baby Jack. He was videoing little baby Jack and it was so cute. Little baby Jack rascal. I think it might be on the other phone. Anyway, I texted it to myself, little baby Jack. He was videoing him eating the branch out front of the house. So there you go. Anyway, yeah, there's nothing bad on a Snapchat. I mean, it's pictures of what he's doing. I mean, there's some things that I'm like, really, you got to smoke that much weed? You know, shit that they do, but not bad shit. Anyway, I did it. That's what I did. Sloan, I did the same thing. I hear him saying, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Yeah, they throw the phone away. If you pay the bill, you can get the SIM card, dumb fuck, and then you can have it, not dumb fuck you, dumb fuck them. Yeah, they always want to protect. They're ignorant. They want to throw everything away. I don't want to throw shit away. I want to hear everything my boy said. I want to learn all about him. I know, his friends text me. They're like, send me that. See, they want it too. They want it too. I'm going to do that. I want to learn everything about my boy because my dad is still on my answering machine. Exactly. Exactly. And good for you with your husband. Whatever they do, I mean, once they're dead, whatever they did is what they did, is what they did. That's what whatever. I just want to see these little cute pictures because I can always see my son. Because my son did not put me on his Snapchat. He didn't even let me know he had one, but I figured it out. Yeah. Okay, what happened to Tina? Somebody just passed. You still have your mom's phone. I love it when they throw the phones away. They tried to come into my studio and take the phone. So I had to hide the shit and put a little camera up there. I put a little camera up. I can fucking see you on my camera. um, well, I went straight into T-Mobile. I first of all, I phoned up T-Mobile, canceled the SIM card. You can go onto your online. Oh, I'm a bitch when I want to find something out. I will find it out. Go onto your online account, cancel that SIM card. You can order one over the phone or go by your local T-Mobile, or I went to T-Mobile. I paid the bill. I paid the phone. Please, it's my phone. That's where they're all stupid. They're all in my name. It's not in their names. I was always the one that took care of the iPhones. So, yeah. Oh my God. Tina's son. Where did wait, Tina come back? What happened? Tina, where are you? What happened to Tina's son? When did her son pass? Oh my God. My sister texted me after. Oh, 2 weeks. Oh, of course you don't want to lose it. Tina's son died last month. Oh, Tina, I'm so sorry. What did he die from? He was killed. As in murdered, killed? Or thank you for that. Tina, where are you? I can't stand it when people's children pass. My son was killed on 3/2. How did he die, sweetie? I'm so sorry. I hate that for you. I hate it for anybody. I can't bear it. I can't bear it for, I can't bear it. The pain, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. Do you have his phone? I can help you break into his phone so you can get all of whatever he had. How old was he? Tell us about your son. Oh my God, 12/16/92. That's as old as Jason, 28 years ago. Tina, tell us about your son. Tina, tell us. Erase those secrets off your phone, if it's your phone. Okay. Wait, bizarre. Okay, Tina's son. She said 3/2. Okay. Yeah, I've never felt anything like it. I went completely numb. I could feel nothing, but I remember walking to get my nails done before Keith's funeral, and one of his classmates was there. I didn't know her. And she told me how nice Keith was to her and how happy he was every morning and how he talked to her grade school friend, I guess, classmate. And she was sobbing in front of me. And I was like, this was me. I was standing there in the park because we were in the parking lot. And I was standing there and I was like, why is she crying? Like, I couldn't understand. She was crying because Keith died. I couldn't understand. I was like, I don't understand why you're crying. So it was very hard. People cried. They would come right up to me and cry. And it would actually scare me because I'm like, why are they crying? It wouldn't resonate. So it just didn't resonate. Tina, he will help others on. Yeah, he will help. He will. I can't expect, there's nothing I can say to make you feel better. Okay, wait. Somebody bring Tina's things back. Wait, Tina, foul play, but they rule it an accident. Oh yeah. Don't let them get away with that. Number one, Tina, if you believe it's foul play, take your notes and do your researches. I started stalking people like a crazy person. Oh, you haven't stopped crying. I couldn't cry. Like, I don't cry. I cried a few times, but privately, I just couldn't feel anything. And people I had the most supportive people on here, but then there were family members that didn't support me and they were throwing shit at me. And I was like, what the fuck? I just was plotting their deaths in my head. Like in the back of my head, I was like, okay, when I do get my emotions back, you're on number 1 on my list. You're number 2 on my list. I couldn't function. I just was completely numb. Cops are corrupt and here's why they're corrupt. Not all. Actually, Stacy, my friend, is not corrupt. She came to help Keith right away and literally told me what I needed to do. So I'm extremely grateful for her. However, she is a homicide detective and she's not like on the different echelons, but they do place thwarters or chaos causers, okay? I hope Keith is, I feel like he is, yes, I feel like he is. But Tina has to go after this herself. You're going to have to become your own private eye and get anybody you can to help you and start putting things together and force them to reopen it. And they will fight and whatever. But you just are going to have to do it. That's what I had to do. You're going to have to do it. A lot of them, Jackie on here had to do it. It's horrific. Yeah, families are COCK suckers. Yeah, well, they want to take it out on the scapegoat in the family. It was horrific, actually. Yeah, not a lot of tears. The body. Yeah, well, you can't. You have a job to do, Tina. You have to find out what happened to your son. So that's the job you have to do. It's horrific, and I'm so sorry. I don't even. Your life will not be the same. It will be different. It will free you in a way because you won't be afraid to die because your son's over there. So you will not be afraid to die. There's no fear. You will see things differently, and you'll probably change quite a bit. So you'll lose a lot of your friends and family because you're not gonna put up with the same shit that you put up with before. So yeah, they say it's an accident. Sure it is. A mother knows, and your son will come to tell you. But if it's just this past March, it's very brief. He's probably trying to reach you, and it's probably really hard to reach you because you're in shock. So it's difficult. Totally, I get it. It's the most difficult. It's just, I don't even know how to describe it. I felt like I literally, when I walked up and saw Keithy, I literally felt like somebody socked me really hard in the stomach, and it's like my body went way over there, and I mean my soul went over there, and my physical stood here. And I was in the car, and I was on the phone with Deanna, and all she can remember is my screaming because I threw the phone down when I pulled up because I was still hoping he was alive. But anyway, I just sat there and I just stared, and I was like, what am I looking at? I was just like, what the fuck am I looking at? I go to sleep every night with that image. It's it's the worst kind of spiritual journey, I think, but it's freeing in another way because I really don't care if I die. So I'll be with Keith. Maybe not. Maybe now that I broke into his Snapchat, it won't be that way. Maybe he'll be like, you can't come near me. But no, I see Keith's body on the ground. That's all I see. That because we sat, and that's all Jason sees. And that's all Kenna sees. It was me, Kenna, and Jason, and Arlene and Carol. It's all we see. The kid was on the ground. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? But you have to VCR on. Yeah. Oh, I get you. You, Tina. Yes, I do. I draw. Yeah. Okay. So go back and start taking pictures. Grab one of your friends, Tina. I grabbed Deanna. Deanna went with me for 2 months straight. And Marina went with me, and Paige went with me. But Deanna every day, like I called Deanna, and she just was like, I'll go wherever. Grab them. Take pictures. Take your notes. Step back, because your rage is gonna, I did the same thing. I wanted to rage at them, but step back and just observe everything. Any notes, start talking to people. Was it a gunshot, or what was it? What actually happened to it? Start talking to people in the neighborhood. Start knocking on their doors. That's what I did. I found witnesses because the police did not find the witnesses. They did not mark them in the first time. So start doing that. Just start I started knocking on doors. I put up reward signs. Try to get a reward together. Put up, even if it's $1,000, somebody wants money, put that up there. Remember, whoever was contributing to this will have guilt, right? Hundreds of friends already had 5 memorials. Oh, sweet. So somebody knows something, but what happened to him? What happened, Tina? Tell me. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry about your great yeah, no, it's very hard. I had to do it though, I'm telling you. I had to sit there. I watched, I listened, I wrote notes, I recorded, I watched, I listened, I went back. The police closed the case. I went back with information. Bobby helped me get information. I went straight the hell back with it. I took pictures, I documented, Bobby documented, Deanna documented. I had witnesses when I talked to witnesses so that I'm not crazy. I just over and over and over. But Tina, tell me what happened to him. Let's see. I just over and over and over. You just have to do it. And they think you're crazy and you can't handle it. I can handle it. And all I say to them, is this your fucking kid, or is this my fucking kid? Is this my kid, or is this your kid? Because it's my kid. And what the police told me is they have so many cases. And I'm like, after a fight. Okay. So, well, that should be actually after a fight. If it's an accident, that should actually be a crime because he died. So it's indirectly manslaughter. So that might be a lawyer thing. Okay, that might be a lawyer thing, and it's very hard to find a lawyer, but if you have a person that fought him, okay, if you have a person that fought him in the fight, there should be an investigation, because if I go into a bar and I sock somebody and they die, then they're going to hold me, right? So after a fight, did he get hit and then die at home, fall asleep, whatever? Still document, start talking to people, start doing it, get in their faces. I mean, I had a guy lock me out of his yard. He locked me out with his electric fence. So I stood out there. Fuck that guy. Anyway, yeah, that's what you do. You just keep going up and down the street. Get a reward thing out there. If it's at a bar, go talk to everybody that worked that night. Go do it. Go do it. Go do it. Let's see. Group suicide counselor says, like, move into your mind's eye. Yeah, I just missed that shit. And the guy who stabbed her got attempted murder and 2 years in prison. It is attempted murder. You pull out a knife and someone dies, even if you don't mean to kill them, but you lose your temper. That's something. Yeah, he'd have a heart attack when my mom told. Okay, I didn't even see that. Yeah, look for the cameras. And by the way, we had a guy that said he didn't have cameras, and then he texted me that the cameras recorded over it. The police asked him. Oh my God, 2 friends died from the prick. Oh my God, he got jumped by 10. Okay, pull those 10 You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. Tina. That's gang assault. I don't know what state you're in. Find a lawyer, because you have 10 people's names. I'm sure someone said their names and then they're not maybe saying the one that socked them that did the worst. 10 people, civilly sue all 10 of them. It'll cost you $400 and I don't know what state you're in, okay? I don't know what state you're in, but here in California, $440 for a civil suit. Even if you have to pay a lawyer $2,500 or $500 was supposed to be one about stolen items. Okay, so get a lawyer, find a lawyer, talk to them and say, look, 10 people jumped my son died. Okay, that's a wrongful death. Second thing is, the 10 people that jumped your son can be named on that lawsuit. Just in the act of doing that, it's really hard to find a lawyer, but your case is a little bit different. You have 10 people. That's murder, and they're all complicit in it. Start videotaping them. Start looking. How we found evidence was on Instagram. Start looking at their Instagram. Start looking at their Facebooks. Start getting other people to help you with that. That's the first thing. It might cost you $5,000 to put down, but file a lawsuit. It's not more than $500 to file a lawsuit. Set up a GoFundMe like I did with Keith. Set it up for you. No, my son wasn't shot. He was run off the road with a motorbike. I mean, he was on his motorbike and run off the road. So do that. As for the cameras, be his advocate. God bless you. Be his advocate. For God's sakes, set up a GoFundMe. Come back on here the next time with a GoFundMe set up. Have your girlfriend set it up. Have your husband. I don't care who sets it up. Set it up for the police work. We will all donate. I will donate. You donate. We'll all donate. Not you, Tina. You're the person. You need to find a lawyer. File. It's a civil suit. It's a civil suit. About $450 to do that. There could be a pro bono, but it might not be. You might have to put up to $5,000 down. Whatever it takes. Get a list of those friends. A list. List number 1, name number 1, name number 2, name number 3. Find out everything about these fucking people at the bar or wherever it was in the cameras. I had to go to each individual house and they lied to the police. And in fact, the police looked at some of the camera works and Deanna was on the phone with me and I drove around the corner and started knocking. I had a flyer. So annoying. Bert did it again. Ask the people houses. I went to the street behind what happened to Keith and I put flyers, okay? My flyers showed a picture of Keith, said the day of the accident, the year, July 29th, 2020, 1 p.m., coming down to Desoto, going north, la. Do you have any kind of camera footage? Did you hear anything? Did you see anything? Guess what? I had 3 people send me camera footage that the police went to their houses and never took the footage. They went and looked through their footage. I talked to people at the door. Do that, Tina. Write it up. Go to the thing. Put a picture. This was my son. Tell them about your son. I told them about Keith. He was 24. He was a happy boy. And I put his memorial card on there and I put it, do that. Don't let them get away with that. Don't let them get away with, it's a lawsuit. It's a complete lawsuit. Don't let them because they don't want to. 10 people jumped him? Really? And they think it's okay for him to die? No, it's not okay. Fuck that. Organs and head, no injury. Organs and head, no injury. Okay, so what are they saying happened? What are they saying happened then? He just passed out. I don't care what they say. It doesn't matter to me what they say. They say that Keith caused his own accident too, and they lied about how fast he was going, and they lied about it. And the guy that was a witness, Tina's alcohol poisoning. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, toxicology can say that, so you'll get a second opinion. Did you have the body looked at by a separate person? Did you have a body looked at by a separate person? Yeah, they all lied. They lied. Don't give up. If there's 10 people there, hunt those 10 fucking people down and say, tell me about what happened to my son. Phone them, text them, do everything. Do it. It's a weird, of course it is. Start texting these fucking people. I want you, here's what you do. Bobby taught me this. Download an affidavit online, interview them and say, would you mind signing this? Would you mind signing this? You got to get your balls up and get in their face without being angry at them. Tape them when you talk to them. Take a second phone, an old phone, a tape recorder. I don't fucking care. Take it all. And exactly what I told the police. This is what you do with hookers. This is what you do with people that had weed, okay? What they do is they dismiss everything and blame it on what the person ingested. Do it, Tina, please. Just trust me, do it. Don't back down. Don't back down. It doesn't matter what your son had in his body. Maybe he was at a party drinking. Maybe they were all fucking drinking, okay? That's not the point. They do it with sex workers. If they have drugs in their body, they say, oh, well, she's murdered. She's probably a drug addict. She probably OD'd, and they don't check into it. They tried this shit with Keith. He's young. He's 24. He did this to himself. They called off the kids from investigating. Yeah, no, don't listen to the police. It's your son. I don't listen. I told the police in the last police investigation, I have to come to you because you're the supposed authority, okay? But if I have to do it on myself, I will find out who did what to my son because this is not right. I don't care if you say it is, and I'm going to do you're allowed to do your own investigation. Shut up. They're not investigating. They're trying to make it on the alcohol. I'm not disputing that your son was drinking. That's a separate issue. Separate issue. Separate issue. Don't let them get away with it. It does not matter. They'll try to slough it off. That's what they all do. His level was high, but not fatal. Yeah, well, hey, Keith had some weed in his system, and they're like, well, he smoked weed. I'm like, they're all fucking smoking weed, and the kids smoked weed all the time. What is your fucking point? Okay, what is your point? That's not what we're on trial for here. The kid is dead. Why is he dead? You can drink and still be hurt. Exactly. Don't let them do that. Don't let them do it. Anything they find in your system, it's an easy out. Even if, like Keith's report was a couple of days old, it's an easy out for them. An easy out. I know what happened to Keith. I know what happened to him. That's right. Be right in his face. It's your son. I'm telling you, do it for your son. Just do it. I did it for Keith. I brought him in. I will clear up his life on the way out, and so will you, Tina. I have the utmost faith, and I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry. How old was your baby? I missed it on here. How old was your boy? Tell us, Tina, how old your boy was. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Don't let them push you to the side. Lawyer up. Oh, it's victim shaming. Oh, so she had a couple of drinks. The accused, right? With Jodie Foster. Oh, she had a couple of drinks and she smoked weed. She's a whore. No, don't rape somebody like that. Don't accuse somebody. Oh my God. No. Don't let them do that. They do it with people they find dead. Well, she did drugs. She got in the car. She probably deserved it. Shut up. No. And by the way, my homicide detective, beautiful friend, Stacy, said nothing like that. Oh my gosh, Tina, I'm so sorry. Still a baby, still a young man. I'm so sorry. It's so hard. Stacy read all the reports on Keith and said none of this has to do with any of this. So find a police advocate if you can. Find somebody, get your girlfriends, get your guy friends. He was 30, I saw that. Oh my God, it's so sad. Get your friends, start walking around and asking. If he was drunk, I assume somebody sold him the alcohol. I assume he was in a bar. Start talking to those people. Keep a second recorder in your phone. Keep it in your phone. Take a person with you to take notes. Put a recorder in your purse. I don't care what you do, but start piecing it together. Start doing that. That's it. Tina, find someone to start a GoFundMe and then give me the information. Go on my website, send me the contact, and I will promote it on here so that you can get help. You do your lawsuit will be civil and it will be for damages over 25,000. That's your choice. And then, I mean, meaning it can either be for under or over. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find a lawyer if you have to put down money to get them to investigate, to get the police cams, because you have to file a lawsuit, okay? You have to file a lawsuit to get the body cams on the police when they first show up. Those witnesses are going to be there. I'm just in the process of doing that myself because you can't. Oh my God. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my God. Okay, we're back. That's the last time it's doing that. Every time I talk about somebody taking their power back, your son is gone. You're telling me 10 people are there. And Julia Child's still messing with me. You will get the idea, and it's going to take every ounce of your being to do this. Sometimes I would talk to the police. I would have to go home and pass out for 6 hours. I couldn't function. Sometimes John was upside down for, however long. Okay. Don't let the police tell you that it's his drinking that just caused him to die random. Shut up. Even if he drank too much. What? No one called the police? What's wrong with these people? Get in their faces. Say to them, I'd like to interview you and know what happened. You will start to hear discrepancies in people. Ask every homeowner, business, whatever around that area. Get in their face. Set up a GoFundMe. Write yourself a list. Okay? Write a list and just go out. It's been, Keith died in July. So, however, it's almost coming up on a year. I can't even believe that. My little boy. Okay, I can't even believe it. And I still feels like I need to slap the shit out of somebody. The police, when I gave them via Bobby and, Bobby writing up a whole report and doing everything, let me just tell you what the police did. They didn't look into one fucking thing, the traffic division. They started to defend their position about what they had looked into and what they hadn't looked into and what kind of other people they have, okay? Problem with that is I gave you a witness's name, number, and address. You just need to interview them. Unless you want me to do it, you're forcing me to do it. You're the authority, so the world says, with the taxpayer money, you go interview it, okay? You go do that. You go do it. I can't. But if you're going to leave it to me to do it, I will bloody well do it. And then you're probably going to arrest me. But at this point, I don't fucking care because there is a problem with what's going on. Now, they said they'd look into it. This was a week ago I went in. Oh, it's so fucking bad. But again, there's people like my friend Stacy, who is a homicide detective. She does not do that with her clients, with the people that come to her. And she's in South Central or in another division where there's like a lot of crime and murder and people. She doesn't do that. She fights for every single one of her people. And she's told me how to go about it. She is a good person waiting to get out of the police business because, her retirement's almost there. So she's not going to blow that. But ever since I've known her, she's been good. She's helped me with all the bullshit my kids did. Told me how to approach it. She's fair and good. Not all of them are. And believe me, a lot of them are placed in positions to cause chaos. What does Satan like in the beast system? I'm just going to use that word. It's not like there's little devil and pitchforks coming out and a tail going swish. What does the beast system like? The beast system likes chaos. Don't allow chaos. Don't allow the police to dismiss you because your son was drunk. And so what? And are you sober all the time? That's what I said to the police with me. Are you people, are you the bad? Because I know I am all the time. And that is why I am all the time. For stupid fucking people that tell me and blame shit on it, I'm sober, I can hear you. I don't need to do shit. I need to tell you, you need to do your job. All of us need to do our job. That's it. So don't let them back down. And it may be something It may be something, Tina, with you that you need to do to clear for your son's karma on this side, since he left early and left in a violent situation. And I think it's that Pluto Mars situation that's going up. Everything that was happening. I don't know what sign your son was, but I bet you he was affected by it, or affected by Uranus in Taurus. Sudden, no, they just don't want to do the work. That's what the police said. They're like, we have a lot of people. Well, I still pay taxes, motherfuckers. I still pay taxes. I handed you 300 pages, courtesy of Bobby, courtesy of me, courtesy of witnesses, courtesy of everything. Why won't you do your mother effing job? Capricorn, there you go. There, Keith had 6 planets in Capricorn, 5 planets in Capricorn. There you go. That's what happened. That was a Mars-Pluto opposition. I would almost guarantee you it. I can almost see it in my head. So your son did get attacked. I know that by the astrology, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We all pay taxes, so we don't have to be dominant. Like, no one's son is more important than anyone else's. But you have to get in their faces and say, the drinking is secondary to 10 people bullying him. Let's go after these 10 people. The drinking is secondary. It's secondary. Oh my God. I'm so sick of people. Oh, well, where I was used to hearing it is when I worked at shelters and somebody would show up dead, right? And somebody would, yeah, I know it's a full Scorpio moon. It's the super moon. It's the pink super moon. But when somebody would show up dead, a kid would show up dead, they go, well, they were a prostitute. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you get a pass on murdering somebody because they're a runaway prostitute? No. Do you get a pass when somebody's on heroin or somebody's on fentanyl for murdering them? No. Do you get a fucking pass when they're an alcoholic or whatever? No, you don't. Put that aside over here. This person drank, but these people have no right to commit murder, even if it's accidental, to fuck with a drunk person or a high person or a prostitute kid. Shut up. No, 2 different things. Split it up, and you have to get in their face. Here's the funniest thing. So I was in the police station, and you have to call in, okay? Exactly. You have to call in because of COVID. They shut everything down, right? So you got to call in. So I'm like, oh, hi, I have a 10 o'clock appointment. It's Sloan, right? That's the last phone number I dialed. So I'm in there an hour talking to them. And I remember saying to the police, I know men don't like me and men in authority don't like me. I know this. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to back down. I'm just going to be, because this is not fucking right. You tell me how my son ended up on the camera 3 seconds before he dies. 3 seconds, okay? You tell me how he went over here into the middle lane, then went off the road radically and hit a mailbox and went into a pole and catapulted. How did that happen when he's upright on the bike and going through how? It doesn't make sense. Well, he was inexperienced. No, the fuck he wasn't. I'm not saying he was or wasn't. That's not the point. The point is that didn't happen by itself. I want to know you driving down the road on that same street, 3-lane open fucking freeway, right? They go, he was speeding. Yes, Stacy told me he was. She told me the speed limit was 40 and he was going over 50. Now, here's the thing. The car right behind him was as well. Where's that interview? And you know what they told? One of the police told one of the witnesses, Melody, the first responder. She said an older Hispanic man got out of the car and he was driving what looked like an Orkin pest truck. I heard this from 2 people. The police officer said that she couldn't make the assumption that the Hispanic man was driving the truck. Really, officer? Really? She can say what she see. Even Stacy told me that. So I made her rewrite it again. Rewrite it, right? Oh my God. Anyway, I did not know, but my phone had dialed Deanna. So when I got out to the car, I mean, I had my headphones in my ears. I put them in, I turned that off. When I got out to the car, I put my headphones back in to call John. Sure as shit, Deanna's talking. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. You said this, you sound really strong. You sound this and that. And so Deanna heard it. She heard what I said. Yeah, I know. She heard, and Tina, I'm angry for Tina. But I have to get, because they wanted to blame Keith. Because the first officer, listen to this one. The first fucking officer on the scene, who's such a good officer whatever his name is, okay? The coroner, I phoned them, and first of all, my son was 6'4". The coroner wrote 5'9". I've told you. My son had blue eyes. They wrote brown eyes. Keith had blue eyes and was 6'4", period. And then the coroner goes, well, people lie on their driver's license. I'm like, not by a fucking foot, lady. Not by a fucking foot, okay? She goes, well, it's just a guesstimate. I go, okay. He was 6'4", period, okay? Yeah, I know, right? Wrong body, coroner's lying, no kidding. Brown eyes, well, actually the injuries on the legs were the same. I mean, were kind of what I came to know because I had to hire a forensic photographer because I pulled Keith out of the corner and then they guesstimate. Yeah, that's what they said. Well, the eyes do go gray when you die, but Keith's eyes, when I saw him, he was gray. Okay, his eyes were gray, but they were gray green, a lovely pale gray green. In his death, he had beautiful eyes. And George saw the eyes go from blue to gray green. Never were they brown. Nobody fucking thought they were brown. Nobody thought they were brown. They were not brown. I looked at my Dewey. That's Keithy right there. And he was 6'4", period. Okay. He weighed 200 pounds and was fucking 6'4". Oh, okay. So, and you guys have seen Keith. He's tall. Keithy be tall. Okay. Anyhow, the coroner also said, so I'm reading the coroner's report and it says Keith was going 100 miles an hour. So I asked the coroner, why does it say 100 miles an hour? And she said, that's what the officer said. We write what the officer said. So when I asked the officers of that officer, why would you make that conclusion? Because I had the bike tested twice and he was not going 100 miles an hour. Okay. I asked why they would put that on there. And again, well, that's what the witness said. Really? Really? Did the witness have a fucking gun? They write shit. And you know what the coroner said to me? Well, we'll testify that that's what the police said in court. I said, you know, it's really nice. She goes, we're not very well funded. I'm like, I'm sorry. You get taxpayers' money and I don't really fucking... The witness was the one that the car was turning into that house that cut Keith off. He was not going 100 miles an hour. I can tell by what was damaged on the bike, okay, period. He was going approximately 55 in a 40. He took off from the light, okay? The traffic around him in the video I saw is going the same speed. He's going the flow of traffic. He took off from the light, right? And yeah. Anyway, oh my God. Anyway, so they just write shit. So then when you go to find a lawyer, it's really fucking hard, except I got the tape. So the tape I had analyzed, thanks to Bobby's husband, the tape shows Keith's speed. He works it out with a mathematical equation, like an accident reconstructor. They did the whole thing wrong. They did the whole thing wrong. Where they drew the mailbox, where they drew the pole. The write-up says he hit a pole. No, he hit a mailbox. Melody has a videotape of the fucking mailbox across the street cemented in with the thing, the metal pole down. That's what he hit. And that launched him off, okay? That caught him, launched him, and he hit the curb and then launched up and hit the pole. The whole thing is wrong. The measurements are wrong because me and Bobby went out and measured. They're wrong. Everything is wrong. The mailbox is here and the car pulled in and backed out and Keith went boom right into it. He tried to avoid the driveway. I have a witness that saw the car. Okay, so I gave them the witness's name and address. Thanks to Bobby, they have it. All I have to do is go ring, ring. Can we talk to you? Right. Did they do that in 2.5 months since we got the name and address? No. So what I'm saying to you is, fuck these people. And no, I'm not delusional about what happened to my son. I have the video of him crossing through the intersection, which Stacy saw. Stacy, my homicide police detective friend, she saw it and she said he's upright. He made the correct lane changes and a car was coming from his left. But it's the beginning of the accident because he was in the third lane. 3 lanes, that's the lane a motorcycle rides in, the one closest, right? And then, so anyway, he came into the middle lane to get out of this car's way. So, see, they poke at my head. Fuck you, you won't win. Anyway, he went off into the lane and the guy witness said, oh, I could have high-fived him on the way by. Why, when you are 2 houses from the intersection where I saw him in the middle lane, is he riding up the curb as you describe? And he described him as only going 30 or 40 miles an hour and downshifting. Why is he downshifting going into the house that you own next door? Right by there. Why is he doing that? Why is he downshifting? Why is that? Why? Right. Exactly. Exactly. So you have to get on. See, I just went blah. Scorpio full moon. I went crazy. Yeah. So everything was a complete, even Bobby and her husband who do this for a living were looking at the accident report and they're like, well, what is this? I walked down the street with Bobby. I showed her. She counted my steps. She's like, this is not correct. Okay. It's not correct. Get in their face. Yes, of course he's suspect. The witness comes from that house and quit, and he lied about it too. This is my baby son. But anyway, make sure you get like a warrior. Don't let them turn you down. Don't let people tell you nonsense and bullshit. Run background checks on witnesses. Find out what they have up their sleeves. Find out what they have up their sleeves, okay? Ask them what they have. Run their backgrounds. You'll find out that they've got criminal shit. Start going about that. Oh my God. She said Keith contacted her. Tina, do it. Opinions. Oh, yeah. The opinion section. Okay. The opinion section of the investigator narrating. Fuck you. You weren't there unless you were there. And if you were there, then you're a fucking witness. And if you know how fast my son was going and what Tina's son was doing, then you should be in court telling people because you're a direct eyewitness. But you're not an eyewitness. You're just fucking surmising shit. You stupid. Okay. No, I'm not going after the officers. I want to just find the person who cut my son off. I've got a car. I've got a description. I believe that he left the scene in a particular way off of his car through another witness that was there. That's why I have to open a lawsuit for one of the characters in this, not the police, to get the body cam footage so that I can see what was around on the first responders. Because you want to see who's standing around. Once you can put a face to a name, because we know the names and the people, once we can put a face and somebody who says they weren't there, but they're there or whatever, or who is that person, then you're able to pursue it. You know, you can kind of get it quicker, but it costs you money. So Tina, open a GoFundMe. Just do it. Just do it. Well, I'll contribute. We'll all contribute. Do that. Don't let them push your son aside like that. Don't let that happen. Ask people to help you. They will help you. I'm amazed. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Never stay quiet. Deanna cracked up when she heard me. She said, when she heard what I said, she's like, because I remember saying, I know police and especially men don't like women like me. Not my problem. And I'm not going to back down. You don't intimidate me. You don't intimidate me. I don't care if I die right now. I want to know what happened to my child. They're looking to make you fearful. They're looking to protect their own. I'm not going after what they did or didn't do. I don't give a shit. Just go forward and find what happened. So always speak, even if they call you crazy. Jackie on here, Jackie's not here, but Jackie's daughter was murdered and Jackie never shut up. It's been 4 years, so 3.5 years. I know, so horrible. So Jackie never shut up and they think she's crazy too. She's not crazy. She's 100% accurate. I've seen those autopsy pictures of her beautiful daughter, Angie, and I definitely can feel what happened. And Angie comes through and talks. She is in their face. Jackie is in their face. She doesn't back up. She doesn't give up. They can call her crazy, ugly, stupid, threaten her. She doesn't care. Go for your son. It's all that matters. You brought him in. You'll take him out the way that it's correct for him to be, to leave this planet correctly. Never back down. Never back down. I remember the first officer telling me what he was saying, and I just went, that's not true. This is not true. Jason came up, the officer told him the same thing, and Jason's like, that's not true. And Jason was like, that's not true. Not true. And you can kill me. You can lock me up in jail. I'm not going to stop. And if the police don't help me, I will do it on my own. And if I get arrested, I get arrested. That's what happens. The police are the authority. Tina, you can do it. I know you can do it. The police are the authority, so we have no choice but to try that avenue first. But if that avenue doesn't work, then you all have to go on different ways to find out what happened, period. That's just the way it is. I am not lazy. I will not back down. It is, yes, of course he was wearing a helmet. Of course. My son was picking his bike up from the bike shop. half a mile away. He came out of the bike shop. George was driving his car. They always blame me. They blame me. I don't give a shit. Go ahead and call me whatever you want. And that's what I told them. I'm sober. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't do shit. I can hear what you're saying to me and I can read something and know what it is. I'm not stupid. Anyway, problem is with my son, him and George drove Keith's car out to pick his bike up. Okay. So Georgie said Keithy left. You leave the store, you go out the driveway, you turn right onto Desoto. Less than a block and a half away, he's dead. 6 minutes after leaving that shop. Well, he's dead. George is his best friend. George, that's what I heard. What did you see? But George was fixing the seat because George is shorter than Keithy. Everybody's shorter than Keithy, right? No, the media is I went on the media. Phone up the media. Find somebody to get you on the news. I don't know what city you're in or where you are, but find somebody in your city where you are. No, I went on the media. Don't you be afraid. Your kid's dead. Fuck them. Fuck them. They should be hiding from you. Assholes. It's in fear. Oh, San Diego. Okay, San Diego. So find somebody in San Diego. Start speaking. Something's not right. 10 people. Why'd my son die? 10 people. Do it, Tina. You can do it. I did it. I had help from somebody who works with people on the news. Find somebody, ask around, start calling the news desk. Do you want to do a story on my son? Anything. And people will scoff and go, well, what about this and that? Fuck them. Keep doing it. Go on YouTube, speak it, put posters up with your boy's face. I went down to a place and I put, this is what we're looking for. Then I redid the posters and I put flyers all over the neighborhood. I stapled them. I had the kids out stapling with me. I did all of that. And people on this channel, accident investigators, went out and looked at Keith's accident and sent me information. Elizabeth, if you're out here, people will help you when something isn't right. And you have to keep going. It's crazy. But anyway, George got caught 30 seconds behind Keith at the light. So he saw a bunch of people around something and he tried to go around it, not knowing it was Keith till he saw the bike. And he got there and they were headed home. They were headed home to park the car. That's what they were headed. Keith was going to drop the bike off, park the car. That's it. Anyway, Keith left the bike shop at like 1. So the accident happened around 1:10 and he was dead by 1:16. So he about 6 minutes on the ground and dead. And when George got out of the car and got there, 2 people pulled up in a Cadillac and the police defended this. This happens all the time in the valley and it happens and we don't do anything about it. You know what? They told me George pulled up. There was 2 people in a Cadillac. They tried to hand George a lawyer card and another card because these fuckers are setting accidents up all over the valley. That's what these fuckers are doing. That's why they're there so quick. The police kept saying, well, there's a scam that goes on and da-da-da-da-da. If you know about this scam and you're the police, then you need to block your police things and not let them show up at those sites. Because if the people can get there in the black Cadillac and hand George a lawyer's thing, then the police can get there at the same time. Because how did they know to go there? Unless, of course, they're setting accident up. Oh, I know what it was. I know exactly what it was. It was a total scam. George cussed them out instead of grabbing the card. I don't blame him. He said he couldn't see straight. Then George is talking to them and George is like, did you people call? There was a circle around Keith. There's at least 11 witnesses. Apparently, the only witnesses they interview are I can't even. Anyway, George says, did you call 911? Right? So one of the guys is like, oh, I'm on the phone, but they're busy. Okay. Sure they are. So George starts calling and then other cars start pulling over and then somebody tells George to get away from Keith. And George is like, I think that guy was a white supremacist. That's what he described to me. And George is like, I married someone ugly. My baby came out pretty. Awesome. That's because it has your genes. Anyway, George was like, get the fuck away from me. That's my friend. And just as Keith heard George's voice, he left the planet. His eye, he couldn't move his neck. He was on the ground. His eyes went over to George. That's the last thing George saw. Then he saw the gray come up. So that's what happened. I mean, that's what George said. You know, George is Hispanic, or I think he might not be Hispanic. He might be Armenian. I'm not really sure what George is. Tell you the truth, I should shut up. I can't tell. I don't know. He's probably a combination of anything, but George thought, I don't even know. It doesn't matter. My point is, that all went on, and there were 11 people around Keith, and we've only got 2 witnesses from the house, and George, but 2 witnesses from the house of where the car turned into. And we're going to trust them. They said they didn't have camera footage. When I have a text saying, I'm sorry, my camera footage went over. So why are you not giving your footage to the police? What is it you don't want them to see? And we don't care what you're doing. We just want to see that 15-minute chunk of time of what was behind Keith or in front of Keith, because you have a view right there. But no, that didn't happen, did it? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I'm laughing. I just went off on a Scorpio full moon rant, but that's kind of what happened. You have to, they were doing accidents. I'm pretty sure they're doing accidents in the valley, and I'm not going to shut my mouth. And I'm pretty sure some of the police know. I don't know who. Again, my friend Stacy does not work at that division. She's homicide in a much worse division, and she takes her cases very seriously. They should have seized the video. Why wouldn't you seize the video? Why do you want to blame my 24-year-old son? Why do you, I know, I'm waiting to see if they follow it, right? I'm waiting to see. But my point is, you automatically blame my son. Automatically. It's just like when they find there's alcohol from Tina's son, they're like, well, he drank. So we're just going to ignore the 10 people that bullied him, threatened him, and whatever else they did to him. No, you're not. I'm going to make you eat those 10 people. I'm going to shove them down your throat till you acknowledge. That's Tina's attitude right there. That's what her attitude should be. Just get the fuck. I know they're like, we have a lot of people. I mean, I'm not disputing you don't have a lot of people. I'm sure they have a lot of murders, car accidents, all kinds of things, right? Oh, Vancouver. Very good. Yeah. So anyway, that's my story. But I now at this point, I don't care. I don't care what people say. So you have to be your own advocate, and you are the first thing your son saw when he came into this world, Tina, and you are the last thing, like a mother, a true mother who cleans up their child's life and makes it karmically correct. That's your spiritual gift to give your son now, to make it correct for him in the best of your ability. That's your gift. You're his mother. So as his mother, you will do that, and you will do it in strength and with grace, like all mothers do. True mothers, not asshole mothers, but that's what you will do. Oh, there you go. My sister. There you go. Nikki, Tina, contact Nikki. Nikki, contact Tina. There you go. Do it. Whatever you can do, whatever information you can do. I got like a 5-second clip on the news. Okay. I've got those signs up. I just kept walking around. Deanna and I walked around for 2 months after Keith. By the way, the first police, so just, my back hurts so bad. See, I get flipped out. The first police on the scene with Keith, right, did not put in the police report who the first responders were, as in Melody and her brother Robert and Kimberly. Melody and Kimberly are both, I think Melody was a nursing student, Kimberly's a nurse, and Robert's her brother. So they didn't write that in the police report. Deanna and I went right after Keith died, right after I went home. The next morning, I'm like, first thing in the morning, less than 24 hours, I started walking the neighborhood. I drove my car up to where the daycare was, and I walked in there. Melody was the first person to do CPR on Keith. Why was she not mentioned in, thank you so much for, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Why was she not mentioned? Why was she not mentioned on the police report? You don't mention 3 people that are doing CPR on my son as he's dying on the road. You negate to put their story. No, motorcycle. Keithy was on his motorbike. Yeah, they kicked me off of Twitter when I did Jeffrey Epstein thing. Now I've been kicked off of Facebook, so fuck them. Yeah, motorcycle. Keithy was on his Yamaha, whatever, 2020, his new bike. He bought on May 28th, with his friends. Jordan bought one, he bought one. And yeah, that cop told me it was spiritual warfare. But none of the 3 cops that were there mentioned Robert, Melody, or Kimberly. These are 3 people. Kimberly happened to be pulling up. Melody was in her house. Robert was in his house with Melody, their brother and sister. They came out and they were the first ones. They heard the bike crash and they went straight out, and nobody thought to take their statement that day. What, you're not going to fucking write that down? What do you, what? They're on the body. What did you see while they're there? They're doing hand compressions. Okay, they're doing everything to save Keith. I know, thank God, because Melody's our friend, Robert's our friend. So they come to all of our stuff. They come to all of our events for Keith, and Melody brought me beautiful cactuses, and her parents invited us for Christmas. We may go. It looks like they cook good over at that house. But what I'm saying is, the police really didn't interview them? Are you kidding me? Why would you not interview them? They're the first ones there. What did they see? I know they're doing CPR, but Melody mentioned the Orkin truck and the older Hispanic man that got out and said, I didn't see him. I pointed the truck out in the video, and the police are like, well, we can't draw the conclusion. Well, who is in that truck then? Who is in that fucking truck? Who is in that truck? Yes, it is spiritual warfare. So in order to break spiritual warfare, you as a mother and the friends of the family, and I will pray for Tina as well, because it's not going to be easy for her. It will come and go in waves, and you just will not ever understand why your son was taken. So you're going to have to really ask God to help you, and it'll come in bits and pieces. It may take 2 years. It may take 5 years. It doesn't matter. You just have to go forward with it. And I'm not kidding you. If there's 10 people there, find those fucking 10 people, get in their faces, get your little camera out, go on their Instagrams, go all over their shit. Go all over their shit. Okay, Jana's back, you guys. Go all over their shit. And I'm just about to leave. But go all over their shit and don't let them get away with anything. Nothing. Really. And don't let them lie to you. If you don't like it, just say, look, I'm not buying that. I understand why you think, but one is not negotiable with the other. If he drinks over here, this 10 people is not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And every single psychic I talked to gave me a piece of the puzzle that has started to come through, which is really fucking interesting. From people who called me, people I didn't know, people who don't even think they're psychic, it's come through in different ways. It's been absolutely amazing. You found mine? Leave your stuff on there. Yes, message me on it. It's been absolutely amazing. Everybody's components. Deanna was dead on right from day one. Okay, she started talking to Keith right away. I couldn't feel my son. I had to just trust her, and thank God that I'm good friends with her, so I trust her. But you can get information, and bits and pieces will make sense to you. Over here, over here, over here. This happened over here. Take any information you can get, put it aside, write it down, and figure it out. And that is my message for the Keithy had a Scorpio moon. Keithy got a Scorpio moon. So my Keithy had a 12-degree Scorpio moon, my little Dewey. Yeah. But this is like a soap opera. Yeah. Okay. If you want to call it that, that's fine. Since it's my channel, I'm going to talk about anything I want. And it's not actually a soap opera, because you can have your opinion, but I'm going to say it the fuck again. My channel's my channel. And when you're talking about a child that died and the way the police handled it, okay, that's not a soap opera. That's what happened to my son. And I'm going to talk about it. Got it? Okay. You get off here. Who said this? Where is this fucking asshole? Remove. And block. And there you go. There. Okay. Block. Yeah, you go off my channel if you don't like it. I can talk as much. People won't be on here if they don't want to hear it, and it's fine. I do enough videos, and when I'm talking about my son, I'm never going to stop talking about him, because I know. I'm never going to stop talking about it, because there's so many people on here whose children, okay? There's so many people whose children died. Like, we just found out about Tina tonight. So what better way to help Tina, since her case is a murder? The way to help her is to tell her what I had to do for my son, and my son died in a different way, but it doesn't mean she has to go any less. What the hell? Look at this. Yeah, it does. I'm like, I talk enough. I'll do the videos when I do it. I'm sorry I can't get over my son dying. I'm really sorry if it offends you. But it's good information to understand how to approach it, okay? It's good information for anybody else's whose son passed away and you need to find out what happened to them. Because I've been on a journey. Now Tina's going to go on a journey, and all the other mothers on a journey need to know how it feels. A lot of people lie about what they feel after their child dies. I haven't lied about one thing of it. This is really what I felt. I felt numb. The shit that happened, I couldn't connect with it. I couldn't cry. I couldn't do these things. So Tina's son just died, and it's 10 people were around him and bullied him and did whatever they did. So she needs to know that she needs to not back down. So that's what I'm going to say. She needs to not back down. No, it's the truth. It's not a soap opera with Keith. It's actually the truth. It's what happened. I'm not trying to make it a soap opera, and I don't think everybody should care about my son. I care about my son, and I like that people like to hear his stories. That's all. That's all it is. And there's a lot of people on here. Jackie talks about her daughter's murder, and Jackie's daughter was, and I learned a lot from Jackie and how she approached it. She doesn't give up either. And do I say to her, it's like a soap opera? No, it fucking happened in her life. They went to Jackie's house. I mean, where Jackie's daughter was found shot, and within 15 minutes declared it a suicide. And it's the suicide like I'm 6'7", okay? It's a suicide like I'm 6'7". It's not a suicide. So, yeah, there's so many people whose children die and things happen. You have to, and I know you guys have been the best. Without any of you, I wouldn't have a bench for my son. I would have nothing for my son. I can't even tell you. And I will say this, what I learned, and this, Tina will learn this maybe in a year, or like I'm coming up on the year. Well, not really. April, May, June, July. Yeah, it's 3 months from a year from my boy dying. And it feels like it happened 2 days ago. Only I'm not quite as, like I've been punched in the face kind of off the wall. But when you realize as a mother that you have a spiritual obligation to your child to set things correctly in his death, because you brought him into the world, you're also the one to close up his life. And so that is what I have learned. That, there you go. You understand there. Nicole, you understand. And I'm sorry about your daughter. I know you guys are so lovely. But it's just something I learned. I just thought, oh, it makes me think of all the people who just go away quietly because the police say things. I mean, oh my God, no, even if it looks like it's your kid's fault, find out for sure if it's your kid's fault, okay? And if it is your kid's fault, there's no shame in that. Love them, celebrate them, send the message to them so that their soul can clear, because you not knowing ties them to you. So you got to find out. I really feel, that's what I feel. Oh yeah, no, I know you guys get it. So many of you have had children that's right. That's what Jackie said. That's what Jackie does. So many have had children that have been passed away through stupid shit, through all kinds. I met this woman, her. She was a server of mine at a restaurant, and I ran into her in the parking lot last night. And I couldn't tell it was her because A, I can't see without glasses. And B, she was wearing her sunglasses and stuff. It was like 5:30. Anyway, she's like, oh, it's, so-and-so from the restaurant. And she's working at another restaurant. I'm like, so how's everything going? And we were talking. And then she's like, how are you? And I'm like, well, I'm okay, but my son died. I can't help it. You ask. It's who I am. My son fucking died, right? So, and it happens to a lot of people. All day long I hear this. So anyway, she looks at me and her face got so like disturbed by it. And then she started to tell me her story of her son. And her take was entirely different. She goes, you had 24 years. So she gave me a different viewpoint. Her son died at 2.5 in a drowning accident. I never knew this about this woman. Never knew it. Talked to her all the time. Never knew it. And she told me that. And my heart broke for her, because in one way, she's very right. She had 2.5 years. And her little baby, she went to visit somebody in the hospital, and she came back and her baby was drowned. And then she said it was a matter of 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And he was like 2.5. She still called him by name. And she said, She just said to me, you just never get over it. And I mean, she's a lovely woman. She was always friendly. She was a good waitress. She was happy. She did her nails. She did her hair. She looked normal, but she's anything but normal. So you see, when you go through the world and you talk to people and you let them talk, this happened a long time ago to her, though. I think really it happened longer than Keith has been alive. So I think it happened in her, it was her first child. And so you don't know. You don't know what happens to people. You just don't know. So she taught me something there. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you all for everything. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you, Sun and Moon with an M-U-N. I think that's how you pronounce it. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, 3 right there that popped up and everybody. Yeah, she taught me something though. For as much as I'm whining, she lost her child at 2.5 years old. So I had my son from 2 and I saw him walk and I saw him go through grade school. She's right. So that taught me a different way to be happy to have known Keith, although I could do without him dying, truthfully. But that taught me a different way to see things because, you know, I'm bitter over the fact that he left after 24 years. I wasn't done. I didn't, you know, do that. I didn't happen, but that's her story. And so that was her story. And I never knew that about her. I didn't even pick it up. I wasn't like, you know, I'm just eating my dinner in a restaurant a lot in that restaurant. And so that was really interesting to hear, right? So you never know what happens to people. You just never know. And so if you listen to them for a second and you look at them, you can begin to see them in, people are strong after their child dies. I mean, after Jimmy died, it broke me. That broke me. Keith was entirely different in a way that it just slapped the shit out of me. Wait, what's happening? Who is this person here? Wait, what are they saying? What are they saying? What is this person saying? Whoever it is, block them. I thought I blocked them, but yeah, it's terrible. But anyway, that's my story, and thank you for listening. And this is Tina's story. So we're going to pray for, the one I blocked. Yeah, you know, I don't know. As soon as they pop up again, we'll do it again. We'll block them again. I block them. Great. Let's block them. I don't know if it's a her or him, but let's pray for Tina and Tina's son, Zachary. Okay. Let's do that. Let's pray for both of them because Tina just lost her son. So she can use the prayers like the prayers you gave to me. And I don't know what to say. I don't know how I managed. I'm not joking you. I thought I was literally going to split in half and die. That's what I thought. I thought I literally was walking hunched over. I couldn't grasp the energy to stand up. Like I felt like my stomach was being pulled into the ground, literally. So without people, and people sent me these beautiful cards and these beautiful gifts and these little things that would make me weep. But at the same time, I keep them all around my bed so that I can see them all because this is just genuine kindness, which you don't see. So people don't see it. Oh yeah, sure. If she's fine, that's fine. I don't even see her comments here. Sure, that's fine. If she's, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Debbie Reynolds died right after her daughter. She probably couldn't take it. That's exactly it. You just can't take it. You're just like, I feel like I'm going to die. Granted, she was older, so maybe she made that choice. She was a little bit older, right? Like, was she in her 70s or 80s? I mean, she looked fine. Yeah, sure, we forgive everybody on this channel. If you say something that you forget, we all say shitty things. We all make mistakes. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah, we all do. That's fine. We all make mistakes. I made so many mistakes in my life. Absolutely made so many mistakes. Last thing before I go. So we forgive everybody on this channel. Unless you're a pedophile, we don't forgive that. Sorry, God has to deal with that. I don't deal with them. Other than that, we all make mistakes. And whoever said you can't make a mistake, of course you can make a mistake. If you say something I don't like, I'm going to blast you. But then if you make a mistake, then fine. It's great. We all make them. Scorpio moon, remember to look in your chart. Look in your chart for where Scorpio is between 7 degrees, 7.5 degrees. Okay, 7 degrees and 5 seconds in Scorpio. The full moon, it is a full super moon, pink moon. So look for the Scorpio. Look for the other affected planets. So you've got Leo moon, or Leo planets, and you've got Aquarius planets, and then you've got Taurus planets. So that's the square right there, right? So if you're a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, it's going to hit your sun, your moon, or your rising. Wait, who passed away in the hospital today? I'm so sorry. Oh my God, who passed away? Who passed away? It is time for me to go get my dinner. It's 8 o'clock. Speaking of fasting, I'm now hungry. But anyway, it's 8 o'clock. Whoever passed away in the hospital alone, that's terrible. I'm sorry. Thank you guys so much. And remember, Pluto goes retrograde tomorrow. Look for Pluto at 26 degrees of Capricorn in your chart because it's going to go over something. It's going to go from 26 degrees back to 24 degrees between now and October. So if you have any planets in Libra, in Aries, in Cancer, in Capricorn, out those degrees, 3 degrees above 26 degrees, which puts us at 1 degree of Aquarius, or 3 degrees below, okay, which puts it, I'm trying to add 23 degrees of Capricorn. Any planets, any angles, that's the area of your life you're going to go over. So remember that. Remember that. And then run like hell from Pluto. Okay. Peace out, you all. Peace out. Bye, you guys. Sorry about this live feed. It's the Scorpio full moon. I went a little bit Scorpio. Okay, bye. Mwah.